Hello, everybody, and welcome to some Index Card RPG. Today, we're going to be checking out Warp Shell, which is the sci-fi setting for the system. Although technically, you can make your very own, but it's the one that comes with the Master Core book or Master Edition. Brian will probably correct me because he knows so much more about the system than I do. But speaking of Brian, I'll hand it off to you in just a moment. But before I do, I just want to do a couple of quick shout outs. First of all, thanks to Michael Gelfie for the wonderful soundscapes that we will have today, as well as Epidemic Music for the music that is going to be playing. Other than that, I will be tossing links in the chat channel for this game and its Kickstart or its quick starters. I think that's all I had to do. Why don't we start, Brian? You're gonna tell us who you are, what you do, and where to find us on the internet, and then just have everyone go around and do the same thing and tell us who you are playing today. So take it away, Brian.
Hey everybody, I'm Brian and I play games. That's about it. I can be found on DriveThru under Brian Gillespie, my publishing name, which is also my actual name. Please don't send me fan mail. And I'll turn it over to you, Chet.
Who's Chet?
You are.
Oh,
Back to you, Chet.
Well, fine. Bounce it back to me. I see how you are. I'm Jeremy. I also put things on DriveThru RPG and DM's Guild. You can find me on Twitter at WHPubs. Obviously here on Twitch at Wanderers Haven, or you can head over to wanderershaven.games to check out my website and all the things I publish. I'm playing... What did I name my guy? Sorry, I have the wrong windows open. I'm playing...
Nix, right?
Yeah, Nix or Nix. It is a Zill or a chill. We haven't decided. Is XILL. Essentially a conglomeration of what looks like 3D printed pixels that form a semi-solid body, but it kind of floats around, and we'll get more into it later. Let's bounce it over to Sid.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Sid. You can find me on the interwebs at _ Sundance Sid. Also just bouncing around all over, playing any TTRPG I could get my hands on. Today I'll be playing Grinks, Ghost Armor Mechanic. So let's see how fun it can make this guy.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Who's going next?
Kev. Let's throw it over to Kev.
Yeah, babies. Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm one of the co-producers here on Wanderers Haven, and I am found online at the socials at KevRan Games. And I'm happy to be back and playing an awesome new game that I haven't played yet, been wanting to for a time, so I'm ready to do it. Today I am playing Razik, who is the raptoid gunner, who is a little bit of a force to be reckoned with, but he's ready to party down. So I'm glad to be here and I'm glad to be sharing the table with everybody. So John, tell us who you are, my friend. Tell us what's up.
Hello, I'm John. You can find me on socials, mostly my dog, but sometimes me, on at Distillosaurus Rex, in my magical adventures in distilling, but mostly taking walks with the dog, and his magical adventures with sticks on the beach. I am playing Bowie, a kit, who's just really happy to be there. Man, it's such a good day to be alive.
Perfect. With that, Brian, why don't we jump on into today's session?
All right, let's do it. So, John, Kit is actually your background. Is that correct? Is that what we're saying? Your character?
Space Otter.
All right. So, you guys have a warp shell. You have come together for reasons only you can describe here in a moment. And you have been contracted to go pick up a load of cows and take it from one planet to another.
Did you say cows?
Cows, yes.
Okay, I just
Base
want to make
cows.
sure.
Like sentient cows, or like like the moo cows that.
Well, they're probably sentient, but not sapient. So we're gonna call them moo cows. They
Sapiens, yeah,
have
okay, sure.
feelings and stuff, but they just don't speak our language yet, so we don't know how much they are like us.
Fair enough.
This is stuff you usually don't do, but credits are low, and you got to do what you got to do because the next payment on your warp shell is due. So, Bowie, let's start with you. Why are you hanging out with this illustrious crew on this beat up and run down warp shell?
I mean, kind of fell into it. I mean, in one moment I was on one ship and we were on our way to do a thing. Kit were on their way to go colonize a planet, and then I was doing some piloting because I do a lot of things. I'm kind of a multitasker, and the things that are kind of dark, and then they like kind of open up, and they have all the waves of like the different names. The delta, yellow, triple, gamma waves that do weird pulsing and cause your computers to make bleeping noises all the time. It was kind of interfering with the intercom, and I pushed some buttons. I thought they said go, and it was actually turn around, and I went through, and it's kind of blipped in. So I'm here with these guys. It's been a time, and helping out where I can.
Awesome. Grix, what brings you to this crew?
So Grinks was one of the original mechanics for this particular warp shell. He's seen a lot of crews, a lot of people. The crew swap out a whole lot, and he just kind of just been here from the beginning. When he was not a ghost armor, but then became a ghost armor.
Excellent. Razik.
Yes, that sounds ominous. Yes, Razik was once a keyed grunt in the war machine that is the Raptoid military in our various quests to go and conquer different worlds and to just take the power to those who need it. Eventually, the Raptoid race came to be allied with something called the Dark Star, and this was more than I could handle. The dark revelation of what exactly the plan is for the Raptoids with this thing was enough for me to basically turn against my fellows and to leave that life behind. So I'm actually on the run. The military sees me as a liability, and I have certain informations that they do not want leaked out. So they might show up at any moment to kick in a door and try to blast my head off, but I am ever vigilant and I am ready.
Love it. And Zix.
I am definitely ready for them to come in and kick the door in, because I would like to assimilate them, since it doesn't appear that I can assimilate the crew here after being trapped on this ship and losing the connection with my species. However, since being severed from that collective, these weird thoughts have been entering my mind that I've kind of enjoyed, of being, myself instead of part of a collective. And so I haven't left you all to be assimilated or otherwise destroyed by the Zill.
Well, we appreciate that.
You're welcome.
It's going to be an interesting game. All right. Thanks for that, everybody.
No, thank you.
All right. So we're all new to this game. So please, Runehammer and the Shield Wall supporters of him, don't vivisect us. We're new. Be gentle. Okay.
Not an excuse.
And if you want to know more,
we're supposed to know everything about every game, right?
That's
Regardless
right.
if we played
That's
it or
right.
not. Come on.
that's right.
We
Great thing
played
about
this game once. We should do
Oh,
it.
that's true. That's true. But we played the fantasy version. Okay.
That's fair. This is
So-
completely different.
But this game is super easy to learn and to play. It's a great beer and pencil games that has enough depth to do a campaign if we wanted. So I don't get to play these enough, so I volunteered to help Jeremy run some streams
Yay.
using different games. So let's get started.
Let's.
So as you guys start to warm up your ship, get ready to disembark to land at this planet, who's your pilot?
Ooh.
I mean, I did some piloting. I mean, if you guys don't mind, I'd be more than happy to get a crack on it. If you need a spare set of hands,
Excellent.
what could
All
go
right.
wrong, huh?
Right. All right. So we have maybe pilot and I think
I'm the navigator.
navigator, and the mechanic is Grinks, I believe. Right? You said you were a mechanic in a previous life, or
You're muted.
Yes.
all
I'm the
right.
mechanic.
And Bowie, what do you want to station up? You want to be science officer? Or no, never. I read the wrong name. Sorry. Rewind time there, Game Master. Razik.
Razik is here for public relations.
So, all right, you're on the radio.
Yes.
Oh man, I wish I had that voicemail. I could be the ship's computer. All right. As you guys warm up, right before you feel the familiar tingle of the warp stretch that's going to send you on your way through subspace, you hear the ship go, diverting course to other spots. And you pop in to space a few moments later. Around what looks like some sort of void that seems to pulse with energy. Just like
No, no.
Bowie, no, this is not where I told you to go.
No, it's not. It's where you need to be.
Stupid computer.
You said that?
That doesn't make any sense at all.
Hey,
What are you
hey,
talking
hey,
about?
And that was the warp shell had told you that.
Hey. Sunshine says we need to go somewhere else. We're gonna go somewhere else. All right. No, you guys take it.
Yeah. We, last time I was, in a place with a hole that kind of pulsed like this, I'm
PG.
here, but
Sounds like too much information.
well, I mean, like I'm here, but the rest of the crew isn't here. I mean, like it wasn't a ship or anything, just kind of,
You kind of
can't say that it's all that safe here, you know?
Yes. And,
Something quantum stuff, something.
And so,
Alpha rays.
Bowie, your console is dead. The ship has locked you out from adjusting re-engaging a warp to your original destination. And on the view screen, you see this gigantic asteroid, and then in front of it is floating this elongated ship, and the outline of it kind of looks like a longsword. And you get a really good look at some of the writing on the side, and it's in raptoid. And Razix, you especially, but everyone knows what this ship is. This is the Red Sword, and it's a mercenary ship that pirates the lanes of subspace. And they have broken away from the raptoid government. But some believe that they could be pirates for the raptoid government as privateers. But they do have a infamous names through the spaceways as someone to avoid.
See, this is why you should have let my people assimilate your ship. Allowing your ship to take control of things and be conscious is not conducive to anything, really.
We will not be run by machines. It is not our way. But know this, the Red Sword, if they do attempt to attack and board us, they will slay every last being on this ship, myself included. But I am willing to stand against them if I must. And I'll pull up this giant pulse rifle and prime it. This thing is like huge. It's bigger than Bowie. It's like 4.5 feet long. It's got like multiple barrels on it. It's got energy that ripples down the side of it from the energy it's got within it as I prime it. And then I huff it up over my shoulder. Let them come.
You know, you're really intense for such a small character. Alright. Okay.
Who said I was small? What is going on? What? Am I
And-
small?
I don't know. Are you?
Do you see me
You're-
as small?
You're a reptoid.
Does size really matter here in space? Anyway, what
Do
were
we
you
like
saying?
hail them or something?
I guess. All right. Yeah.
What was
Does
that?
this
What was
ship
that?
have-
Bowie?
Does this-
I don't know. Do we hail them? Like, do we preemptively fire on them? Yeah, ram the ship. Just ram it.
Does this living ship of yours have shields or offensive capabilities we should attack first?
Of course, Sunshine has shields. Sunshine. Anyway. Yeah, so we're attacking. That's what we're doing here.
And the ship says, "There is a great evil here that must be undone."
Okay.
No.
So
Attacking it
Sunshine.
is.
Yeah, Sunshine wants
This
us to
defense is a good offense.
So
Yeah.
the ship brings up a schematic. It's the thing you see on the black outline here. You see on your screen on the VTT. That's the rough schematic of it. The ship reports that it's having problems probing into the ship because it must have a duranium hull of some sort or a duranium alloy of some sort blocking some signals. But they are detecting multiple life signs across the ship. It just can't be pinpointed. However, another odd thing is the power emission for this ship is virtually non-existent.
Hmm,
It seems to be drifting.
interesting. Something easy for the taking. We should also assimilate this into our fleet.
Nothing will be easy as far as the reptoids are concerned.
If their power is down, perhaps they have suffocated or otherwise perished, making our conquest of the Red Sword that much easier.
We cannot attack with such a cowardly fashion. Are you kidding me?
Just like push them through the hole.
Push him through the hole. Do you mean we should launch? Sorry, I forgot the Reptoid's name. Raz?
I am Razik, third on my
Razik.
name.
Maybe that's why I'm confused. There's so many of you named the same thing. Maybe
I'm from the proud
are you
warrior
saying
line.
we should put him through the airlock and shoot him that direction?
We'll just push the red sword through the hole.
What is it with you and holes?
I mean, they're kind of a big deal in space.
The schematic starts to highlight something on the right side. Although you know what, I not. I can't ping. I cannot ping.
I hate not being able to ping.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's okay. So on the left side of the ship there, that first module that sticks out towards the top, that looks like a docking bay on the cameras.
Yeah, does it appear like obvious, or does the schematic have like any kind of labeling that shows what these different sectors are?
No, because they can't penetrate the alloy to get a better idea of what's operating in that area.
And do we have like a database of information? Like, is there any way to pull up schematics for raptoid ships?
Yeah, give me.
Oh, first roll.
Let me set
Whoop.
the difficulty here. All right, so the default difficulty of this scene so far is going to be a 12. So give me, I guess, give me an intelligence check to search the database.
Would I possibly have any way to assist? Would I maybe have an idea of how this ship might be laid out?
Yeah, you could, since you're Reptoid and you're familiar with most of their line from being in the military. We'll make that an easy roll with your help on narrowing down the parameters of the search. So subtract 3 from that 12, and that's what you have to beat there
Oh, well, perfect. That's what I got, was a 9.
Yeah, some schematic comes up, and the closest match you guys have found is this.
So if we like overlay, can we kind of figure out what is what?
So yeah, if this is a typical design, then number 4 is going to be the bridge. The 3 is the main series of corridors to get you through the ship. That 2 is the docking bay, as you've already seen visually. 5 and 6 typically could either be like a medical or a science bay, or additional storage, like a big mechanics like shop. It's those are kind of customizable modules typically for this class of ship. And the 7s there are the dual ion triple crown thrusters that rend space and time and allow them to warp around or to do local space travel just based on ion drives. And there's 2 of those.
And sorry, which area is the dot in?
Number 2.
Okay.
I suggest a forward frontal assault. Simply go to the docking bay, make our way inside.
For once, I am in
What do you think
agreement
about
with
that?
you.
What's
Is
that
that possible,
Bowie?
Grinks? Well, no, I'm just like, can we even dock to that thing? And if we do dock to that thing, and this is the ruse, and then they like turn on the engines, and then they blast all of us through the hole, like we're done for. I mean, well, you guys are. I'm not. I'll probably be fine.
Yeah,
Much of what the
probably.
furry one says, I still don't comprehend, but I think I'm understanding it, and it does have a point.
The reptoids would never self-sacrifice themselves, even to defeat an enemy. A surefire, aggressive bet would be the best way to go about things. It is not a plan to destroy us with them, although they will be, of course, ready for us to storm them assault directly. It is the way of war.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Grinks, what do you think?
This whole time, Grinks has just been like at like a console board. Hey, you don't worry about it, Sunshine. All right, they don't know what you're capable of. Okay, you're the best ship out here. What? Hey, I'm sorry. You asking me something?
Yes, what do you think we should do? Should we ram it? Should we open fire?
Should we rat? What?
Like, it was one of the options that was.
Yeah, we're not ramming anything. With if we ram it, you hurt Sunshine. We can open fire. We can dock on it. Yeah, whatever is fine. We're just not ramming it because you're just gonna put Sunshine in danger.
Okay, ramming it is off the table.
Yeah, like, what was it even on the table? I don't get you guys. But yeah, open fire. Sure.
So no frontal assault with me and my pulse rifle.
Maybe we should do what do you people call it when you shoot with the intention of not destroying them?
Wasting ammunition.
Right.
That sounds like a good way
Right.
to think. Sure.
Yeah, so that sounds like wasting ammunition.
Sunshine
We
says,
shoot with purpose.
Sunshine says, all indications is it's already disabled
You see-
and
you see?
drifting.
Yeah, you just had to ask. That's all. Let's dock. Let's dock in, and we go from there. Come on, it's simple. Just like you see, if you ask Sunshine will tell you everything you need to know.
Excellent. I look forward to adding this ship to our collective so that we have a non-biological unit to control rather than this.
Yeah. All right.
This ship is mercenary pirates, and clearly they have brought us here to try to take what is ours. We will not allow them to do so. And I prime the pulse rifle again, so it's got even more energy that's building up in it.
Sunshine says, "Please do not shoot my view screen again.
Yeah, yeah, don't do that.
It took me forever to get that replaced last time."
Resk did
Yeah.
apologize and said it was an accident last time.
That enemy force was really close to the front view screen. I thought
Yeah.
they were inside. It was a trick of the light.
You gotta get your eyes checked, buddy. But yeah.
That is why I have disengaged the 3D virtual AR program.
Yes, and it's not happened since, has it? I rest my case here.
Yeah. You rest
Every
up.
time you prime your weapon, you can feel this ship kind of jerk.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit of a quiver.
Yeah.
It's all right. And I just rub the console and say, hey, it's okay, all right? He learned his lesson the last time. We're good. It's gonna be fine. All right, so we dock in or what? Sunshine, bring us in. Let's get this over with.
Okay. All right. So Sunshine maneuvers to be around the side of the ship. And as she comes around, you can see there's a lot of scorching on this side of the ship and some melted spots. There's even a giant hole in between the docking bay and the bridge module that has been vacuum sealed, but the outside of something is melted through that part of the bulkhead. And it looks like the ship's automatic sealers have fixed that hole for it. Sunshine's you hear a big clang as the docking umbilical connects to the red sword. And all the lights in the cabin go green, and the ship says, "Seal and containment engaged. You may disembark."
The floating pixels that make up my body kind of like shudder for a moment because I'm still not used to watching the like that fleshy protrusion come out. All of you with your, except for you, Grink, because you're just ghosts in an armor. But all of you with your fleshy stuff, it's so disturbing.
Okay, who's gonna go first?
I'll blip
Raz will
ahead.
move to the front. Are you going in first, Kit? Bowie.
Wow, we can go together. We could go together holding hands. That's usually how we do things. Shows that we're not aggressive.
Well, that's not quite my style, but
Well, you could shoot a gun while holding hands. You just kind of like, it's like one gun on either side. You're like, boo, 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 but I love you. That kind of thing. It's great. It's really good for morale.
As Bowie talks about holding hands, I raise my hand up, and a glowing dagger appears. It's kind of like shuddering, like Kylo Ren lightsaber style. And I'm just like, no. And I'll follow whoever goes first.
I've got this. I'll go first. I assume with Bowie right behind me, maybe he's gonna sneak in before I realize he's sneaking in. I don't know. He's a little more stealthy than I am, so I'm not sure what he's planning on.
Are you gonna
Neither
hard
are
pass?
Holding hands.
Okay, so you guys are stacking up in the tube that's connecting the ships, and you get to the other side. The door appears to be locked.
Well, I guess you are up first, Bowie. Can you open this up?
I'll pull an explosive from my bandolier.
Whoa,
You might want to stand back.
That's just gonna vent us into space. I meant something more a little bit minute.
Oh, I mean, like, these really do solve all problems. Like, there's a wall in the way, make it explode. There's a door that's locked, explode. Totally works all the time. Is there a window that I can see through? Is it just solid?
It's solid, but there is like a code pad kind of thing. on there.
Yeah, I could do that. I could, yeah, 100%. I know a lot of things about these things. I'm pretty good at it, actually.
Perfect.
Watch me go. I'm gonna
Razik stands
try and
back.
open
He
the
gets
door.
the pulse rifle ready for when the door does open.
Okay. As you work on the door, you can see the asteroid has moved beyond your ships, and now you can see this big energy vortex surrounding an actual object that seems to be phasing in and out of existence. And Razix, you know this is a dark star. Everyone, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
Difficulty 12.
So that's just gonna be the
Con
D20 plus
save.
what our ranking is for that.
Yeah, for D20 plus the value in your con stat.
Oh boy. I got a great first roll with a 9 then.
Huh.
7 plus 2.
That's what I got. Oh,
Ooh.
wait, you get a 9 with your +2?
Yeah.
That's also what I got.
I got a 21.
15.
All right. So anybody who did not get a 12, you kind of are overwhelmed. All of you feel this, but the people who rolled under 12 in particular feel this even more intensely. This wave of energy comes over your body and like makes you feel hot. It's like an intense sun beam has just washed over your body, and your skin feels hot, and your skin tingles, or what passes for skin for you energy beings. You feel like you're being overly energized, and it is not a good feeling. And you also feel like there is this dark thing that touched the edge of your conscious thoughts, like this wave of evil. And so Zix and Razix, I think you said you had failed it.
Yeah.
During this, you guys and you fall down and you crash against the bulkhead or the metal inside the tube that you guys are in. So take 1 point of damage from that fall.
Okay. And we have 10 points that we take until we lose a heart, correct?
Yep. 1 heart is equal to 10 points. Since you got that really good roll on the loot table, you have 2 full hearts. So you have
20.
Nice.
Excellent.
My pixels kind of like separate, and even though I'm still recognizable, they're like kind of shrunken down and floating apart, trying to cool me off.
So Bowie, how did you say you were trying to open the door? Did they talk you out of the grenade?
They talked about the grenade, and I'm going to try and open the door, but there's a panel you said,
Yeah.
and it has like buttons and things that go beep boop,
Right.
but they're in reptoid.
Right.
Oh. Can I overload the door with energy? Can I short circuit it?
Yeah. You can give it a shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and overload the door.
Okay. Give me an intelligence check.
Or
And do you have any bonus to intelligence? Okay. So it looks like you have fried the mechanism completely.
Did it? Did it?
The door does slide open.
Oh, see, total expert. I'm really good at these sorts of things. That's why I was on the team to go colonize that planet.
And a figure is in the doorway. It's of a giant raptoid.
Hello there. Hi.
And it falls forward on top of you.
Oh.
And it has a huge claw mark on its back, and as well as a fist-sized phaser kind of hole, a blast hole in its back.
Well, looks like we're not the first ones to deal with it. I struggle to my feet for a second, and then Razik's going to go over there. He's going to grab a hold of this dead body. He's going to slide it off of Bowie, who's probably just buried underneath it. And I'm just going to pull it off to the side, flip him over. I'm going to see if I recognize him or know anything about who this might be. Probably not, but it's worth a shot.
Yeah, it's definitely a reptoid. He doesn't seem like you've run into him in the past, but you do recognize the uniform. He also used to be, he's wearing a patchwork of uniforms, but it seems that he was also in the reptoid navy at some point. But most of his uniform is now reflecting the pirate organization to which he belongs.
So I'll relay this to the group, of course, and then I'll say, one less pirate for us to deal with then, I suppose.
I'll like
And
from the
the
ground,
room
I'll
is-
like flow up and reconnect into myself. Sorry, when this happened, did we notice any reaction from the hall that we're in, which is part of Sunshine?
Ooh.
No.
Grinks. That affected us strangely. I'm feeling odd. Would it have affected Sunshine as well?
Would it have affected Sunshine as well? Do I have to roll for that?
The Sunshine tells you in your ear communicator, all of my functions are well, but I sense that there may be another pulse soon. You may want to ensure that you are shielded.
Yeah. So yeah, Sunshine's fine. It's all good over there. Yeah, but she says it's something else is gonna another pulse is gonna come. So you guys might wanna prepare for that.
And how would we prepare for that?
Will my energy shield armor be enough to deflect its effects if I activate them?
Sunshine says, unknown.
Ah, useless.
Well, I guess I'll power it up anyway. And I twist something on my wrist, and there's like a flicker of light around me that's
Nice.
just like maybe like quarter of an inch away from my body. It's just this weird, faint like glimmer of light.
Can't say it's a bad decision based on what just happened.
Right.
I also will activate my energy shield, which kind of does a similar thing, but like it surrounds all of the little bits that float around that make up what I am.
Okay. Excellent. So, what would you all do now? You're standing out in the middle of space with a thin sheet of aluminum tubing, transparent aluminum tubing separating you from the void.
So I kind of just walk forward, and I pull out a little scanner, a little scan unit.
Okay.
As to scan, the surrounding area, see if I could glean.
What kind of stuff does your scanner pick up?
Compact comprehensive scanner and electronics unit. One turn to run a scan. The data gathered reuses the current target by 1.
Okay, cool. So you're kind of scanning. The ship is definitely in this section like low powered, and you can see kind of like emergency illumination stuff in the docking bay, but that's really the only light you get, and it's creating these like really creepy shadows on the equipment and stuff that are in the docking bay. But it doesn't appear to be anyone else in this room for you other than this dead reptoid.
Yeah, good enough for me. And I kind of rifle through the reptoid's like pockets, see if he has anything.
You find a G card.
Yeah, it seems
which
useful.
is like a credit. This is like a kind of a universal credit reader. It's kind of like a Bitcoin chip, I
Mhm.
guess.
Any way to find out what's on it? How much is on it?
Yeah. Your scanner could probably tell you if you put it into the card slot on the scanner, um,
Boop boop boop.
and it shows it has 1,000 credits on it.
Yeah, this would be real useful.
Getting paid early, it seems.
After you're done rifling through its pockets, I grab it by the foot and drag it back into its own ship.
Okay,
I'll assist you.
excellent.
I don't want it blocking our manner of egress should we need it. I just like push it off to the side.
Okay. So, are you going to leave the ship connected and docked with this door open, or do you want to seal it up and
We should likely close this door in case there are any hull breaches.
And how? So if Sunshine, could you go ahead and close this up once we get on the ship? Close this up and just be ready to hook back up just in case we need any emergency exits.
Sunshine says, "It is ill-advisable for me to disconnect the tubing until you have resealed your side."
Yeah, I mean that's what I mean. Like when we get over there, you just go ahead and do
The
your
door is unresponsive.
Can I? All right. So can I fix it so it can close?
I'm talking about the reptoid side of the docking station, not Sunshine's.
Oh, we got the door
that Bowie
open,
broke.
but it's a one-way street,
Yeah.
apparently.
So I'd like to jerry rig it.
Okay, yeah. So
it's nice
the
combined into a
the
machine.
scene difficulty is 12, but the gentle ministrations that Bowie gave it has like fried the entire sub panel. So you're gonna have to spend some time rerouting from another nearby component that you can find that has power. So I guess give me, this would be an intelligence check to repair that.
Intelligence. My intelligence is that. So plus that. Yeah, that's a hearty 7.
Okay, it's gonna take a little bit.
Hey, Bo.
But you have you think you have an idea of what you can do, so you're gonna have to spend some time investigating this, and you're gonna have to basically do a full heart of effort, which is 10 points of basic effort, which is going to be the D6 is for tools. But you're going to have to study this for 2 rounds before you're able to apply any of that effort, just to find a system that you can tap into, since everything is such a low power state.
Damn, I should have picked the repairman.
And what would the rest of you like to do as Grinks diligently tries to repair this door?
I just look by and say, hey Bowie, how about you just leave the doors to me from now on, alright? Because
I'm sure you could get some practice in on doors. This is the way we do things in Kitland, where I come from. You just kind of boop 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 boop, and then the door opens, and we don't need any closed doors. It's all about like community and unity and stuff.
yeah,
Doors are
yeah.
not necessary, really.
Explains why we find so many of your kind floating in space.
Yeah, unless you want to commune with the stars, then I suggest that policy be changed just a little bit. Just tweak it a little bit. And I just diligently work on this door. I have an Omni tool. Does that help me with anything?
Yeah, that'll help you with I'll give you some extra effort for having the Omni tool once you get that going.
Your space Swiss Army knife.
Yep.
Right. So for the rest of us, as we're like looking beyond here, what do we see?
So again, it's very shadowy and dark. In here, though, you see, like, there is a fight in here. There's claw marks on the flooring. Some of the crates in here that hold miscellaneous equipment and gear, supplies to fix things, are ripped apart. Looks like claw and explosive damage has been done in here.
Ooh.
And there's only this one body, no other bodies, and no sign of. Is there like blood trails or anything like that?
There seems to be some blood on the door and wall that lead out of here into the corridor.
Razik wants
you
to
like-
move forward and crouch down by one of these claw marks that's kind of carved into the floor. And I'm going to take my hand and put it down onto it because the reptoids, we also could fight unarmed. We have claws and stuff. I'm going to lay my hand. I want to get a size comparison. I mean, I'm a big strapping reptoid. I'm almost like 6.5 feet tall, wide shouldered. So I just want to see with my big mitts, what kind of size differential
Right.
we're seeing here.
The claw, the kind of the claw marks that, as you put your fingers in there, it dwarfs your hand. It's like twice the size.
Great.
So, and that's just kind of the claw part. So you imagine these paws that belong to the claws are really large.
What does that mean? Do your people carry other beasts on your ships?
Beasts of burden sometimes, but nothing like this. Just narrow my eyes. I look down the hallway, just kind of real sinister moment. We're dealing with something quite dangerous. And I'll stand up and prime the pulse rifle again. Be on your guard. And I'll look to Bowie. Do you want to scout ahead, or should I take point on this now?
Oh, yeah, 1 second. He's gonna smack the left side of his head, trying to get his lens to fire back up. It's been not quite working as well as it should be. There we go. Yep, got it. And we'll start doing scouts through that cyber lens.
Okay.
Keep them away from the doors.
Yeah, no doubt. The door out of here won't open until the other door is shut. So Grinks, since you have your Omni tool, go ahead and roll 2d6 plus your tool effort if you have any, a bonus effort on that.
A 10.
All right. You flip a circuit, turn a dial, plug a node in, and the door immediately shuts, and the room starts to, go through the disconnection procedure for the umbilical.
Yeah, I tell you, practice, he says, practice.
And a green light on the door that Bowie and Razix are standing next to. A light goes green.
No, it's
Yeah.
kind of weird that they had all those like explosives in here, and then there's like not like parts of Reptoid. Do you guys like roll back your limbs or something, or like when you do have your limbs blown off, do you like just reattach them or something, or are you just really bad at explosives?
I'm not at liberty to discuss something like that with you right now, but maybe later. Shall I open the door for you?
Oh yeah.
Boop! I push the button on the door for it to open.
Okay. Door slides open. Shh. And you
That's
notice
the button. Oh.
you notice on the opposite hallway wall, there's a burned-in shadow of a reptoid. And it looks like the shadow has 3 arms. And they're kind of like stretched out in like surprise. but it's like the profile of this person burned into the wall. And at this very moment, you get another wave of that energy flowing through you. It's not nearly as intense as it was before, because you're inside the ship now. But give me a dexterity check, all of you, at easy. So it will be 3 less. You'll need a 9 or better.
8. 6 plus 2 for my dex score.
11.
That's fine. I'm gonna get all these bad rolls out of the way now, and if we have to fight something, it's just gonna be nat 20s all night long. So
Right. There you go. Those of you who did not get a 9 or better, you fall down and hit your head, or I'll give you the agency to tell where do you get hurt. Take a point of damage.
We gotta stop that from happening. We get to the bottom of this and find out what's causing that, so we can stop it. Sunshine said there was a great evil here, so maybe that's what we have to focus on.
Okay.
I think we need to find it first.
So the corridor itself is very wide. So it's about 30 feet wide and about 60 feet long. So, and it has all kinds of like readouts, wayfinding, storage compartments, stuff like that. Piled right to the left of the exit, though, is a 4 scimitars, swords, and 5 rebreather EVA rebreathers that allow you to temporarily have oxygen if you were to exit the ship in a fashion that wasn't necessarily voluntary. They're kind of like emergency masks.
Good to know.
So,
Sunshine showed that blip or whatever in that module. Do you know where that is from here?
We
Say
ended
again?
on 2, right?
yeah, you're on 2. Yeah. And you've moved in, Bowie and Razak are looking into 3, so you can go to the left, which generally would take you to the bridge, or you could go right, which will take you to these kind of modular areas that might be like storage or med bay, science bay, and at the very rear of the ship, you'll have the engine room.
Razak, I think you should lead us to the module where the blip appeared.
Towards the science bay, that makes sense. If there was a problem that caused the electronics problems here, that would be where our forces would gather to try to overcome it. So, I shall. And Razak's gonna make his way down towards, that would be 5 on our map, is where we're headed.
Okay.
Was it 5
As
or
we're
was it
walking, I'm gonna
module
keep
4?
an eye out. Good.
Was it module 5 or module 4 where the blip was?
4 was
The
the
blip.
bridge, correct?
Yeah,
Right.
What blip are you talking about?
The one that showed up on Sunshine's readout.
Oh no, she saw multiple life forms, but
Yeah,
she
I saw
couldn't. She wasn't able to like tell you exactly what was going on inside the ship. But there was like kind of life form blips all over the ship.
Gotcha.
But the bridge was one where there was concentrated blippiness.
Yeah, the bridge, and then there's basically 5 and 6 are like the engine room and the sick bay and things like this, correct?
Yeah, stuff along those lines.
Perhaps we should investigate the bridge first, if that's where there is the largest collection of life forms.
So I'll stop and I'll turn in that direction. Let's
It's
go.
what I meant to begin with, but there was confusion in my words. I apologize.
It is all right. I understand now. And I'm gonna make my way towards the bridge, pulse rifle leading the way.
Okay.
I'm looking for any sort of signs of more claw marks or any sort of these other strange figures burned to the wall with 3 arms instead of 2 like they're supposed to have. Anything weird that's going on like that?
Okay, yep. As you kind of make your way out of this corridor into the next one that separates you from the bridge, there's some of these little side alcoves and nooks. There's definitely more dead bodies. These, however, look strange. Like they have had some sort of mutation. The one you're looking at now is like he has a lot of muscles. He's like the Hulk. He's ripped out of his clothes. He has these really like steel bands of like muscles rippling across its body. And its eyes have kind of grown these stalks, and you have these like black solid eyeballs that are kind of hanging out.
Does its proportions match the claw marks that we were checking out earlier?
This one would be somewhere in between like Razek's and what you guys saw.
So something even bigger. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as you continue down, outside of the bridge are 2 more dead reptoids that look like normal reptoids, and both of their ion blasters have been snapped in half and discarded, and their heads are not facing the direction that they are intended to face.
Ooh.
Hmm.
The beast has strength, it would seem.
All right, so where are the rest of you while they're trailing down? So I'm going to kind of move. So Razix, Bowie, did you go with him? Or I guess place your token where it would logically be at this point.
I mean, I don't really do a whole lot of walking, so like,
I figured you climbed
what
up
is
on
the-
somebody's back or something by now.
no, I blip. So, how far is near? Like, what's the distance on near?
So on this map, near would be so across the corridor, going from left to right, would be about 30 feet. So that would be near. Corridors going from top to bottom would be half a corridor would be near. The whole corridor would be far. So in terms of movement, 2 blips essentially per corridor, or for the rest of you, 2 movement actions, or a dash to get down an entire corridor.
Oh, like these chambers here, or
Yeah, the white
okay.
chambers. So the 30 feet wide, which is near 60 feet deep, which is basically, if you're standing at the end of one corridor, to get to the other side is far in terms of movement.
I think, I mean, I'll be hanging here with Grinks, so I can get kind of a decent view down either side,
Mm-hmm.
and scanning with my my lens, but also keep them within a relative near blip, because Bo doesn't walk really; he just kind of appears
Right.
in space.
So the way from where you're positioned now, just to give you a better idea, is if you were to do one blip, you would be just behind them. To catch up to them, you would need to do 2 blips to be right,
Perfect.
right next to them. So
Yeah, I'll be here. I think a blip behind them should be sufficient. They seem to have this. Gonna keep eyes on Grink's back and the corridors further down the ship.
yeah, and one blip they would be nearer away anyway. To get close, you would have to do another one. But yeah, you're good.
Perfect.
Okay.
Can
All right.
you open this door?
Is there any sort of window or porthole on the door I can see inside to the bridge?
No, it seems to be a bulkhead style door made out of duranium, which cannot be with the equipment that is typically on you or on the ship. Can't be cut through or exploded without some really great effort and high end equipment.
Gotcha. Okay.
But there is a kind of a numeric pad and a palm pad just out to the side of the door on the frame.
Well, I have an idea for the palm pad, but I don't think we'd have any sort of way to know what the number of the code is.
Well,
do
that's
we have
easy.
Do we have comms or anything? We can talk to each other, or
Yeah, you guys have comms, and you can talk to the ship too. But
Bowie, Brinks, do you maybe have a way to try to bypass an electronic door? Figure out a key code.
Yeah. Hey, hey, Bowie.
and since you're a reptoid, it does say on the little keypad, it does say open in reptoid, like unlocked. Like
Oh, it's unlocked. Okay, I'm sorry then. Never mind then.
I didn't say it, so you didn't know it.
I will hold that thought, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take the pulse rifle and hook it on the door handle and just slowly slide it open.
Okay. As you open that door, there was some movement, and you're kind of catching through the flashes of light on the bridge because there's some emergency lighting kind of flashing. Things kind of just stopped and screwed behind like the seats or some of the equipment. So there's
Give
definitely
up.
something in here. Everybody give me an initiative roll.
Give up, come out, and be assimilated.
Initiative's dexterity roll.
D20, straight D20.
So just straight d20.
Yep.
5.
Give me some
13. Super lucky.
10.
Oh, terrible.
Okay. And since we're not really doing tactical combat, I'm just going to throw some out here to represent a body of enemies. All right. Anybody beat a 16?
Oop, not me.
Okay. So that means I go first. So these reptoid kind of crawlers kind of drop from the ceiling and start scurrying around the stuff in the room. Like there's it's like a normal bridge, like you would see on a like Starship Enterprise, right? So they kind of come out and get into near range. You see 3 immediately, but it seems like there's more in the background. Like they're taking notice of you. 2 of them run out and attempt to hit Cracks, and they're like, "Why are you here? Are you from the Dark Star?" And first one takes a swing. I'm assuming.
Question.
Yep.
So does my abilities does it just act? Do I have to activate it, or does it just activate
Which ability?
the ghost ability that I have, the visions?
It would be an action.
Okay, just making
And yeah, what's the range on that? Does it say?
sure. Far.
Okay. They would.
All
you-
living creatures.
yeah, you need to move up a little bit to hit them, but
All right, just get in action.
but yeah, no. Yep. You'd be able to use that, and using that would be an action. So +3 to strength. So I rolled an 11. Does that hit your Rasks? Does that beat your defense?
No, my defense score is a 14 because my energy shield armor is activated.
Nice. Second one's going to try to hit you. And misses. This one in the back that's kind of like stayed in blocking the corridor or blocking the door is going to shoot at Zix. with a blast rifle. That would be a 10.
Can you get hello?
Hello?
Yeah, chat. Yeah. Can we be heard now? Is it just the music still?
Oh, it's the music too.
Yeah, that's what it was. Just the music.
Oh, you're talking to chat. Okay, I don't have chat up, so.
Yeah. We're back.
My apologies. I must have pushed a wrong button
Does
that
rock
turned all
though.
of the
I'm
things
sitting
off.
here bebopping.
And
Right?
that's how we got demonetized today. Oh my god, I'm afraid to look at chat now. Ah,
Right?
Yeah, the
so
music
much-
is loud.
So
but
much
they can
pressure.
hear
I can't take it.
We love you, chat. Thank you.
Right? I must have pushed a button that like moved the settings or something. How about now? Is the
Because I definitely hear it in our.
Yeah, it's definitely your fault, Jeremy. We were
I
all
know,
blaming you.
right? I mean, I
mean-
am the one with the buttons that do the things. All right, so my point was to attack this. I got a 5
Total?
total.
Oof.
My second roll would have been a natural 20, but apparently I can't offhand attack. So,
Right. It's basically a single action.
Right.
For everything.
can I, with my single action, swoop down and stab with both hands?
Ooh.
Ooh. My.
With a 5, sure.
Right?
So,
Thank you, by the way,
yeah,
Pat, for letting us know.
that's a miss because it's under 12. We'll move to Razlik 6.
Okay. So I take the pulse rifle and I stick it right up in the chest of the one who is coming in to attack me. I
Yep.
serve no dark star. I'm going to pull the trigger. Now, my ability is an MG specialist. Attacks that I do are 1d4 shots every time I pull the trigger. Is that correct?
I believe that's correct. Yes.
Cool. So does that go off a 1 attack roll or do I have to make multiple attack rolls?
You know, let's
For that.
see. I don't remember.
But that's going to be a dexterity roll, I assume?
And that was like a feature of your class, right?
Yeah, it's my class special ability that I have. Yeah.
What is your class?
I am a gunner. Page 59.
Page 59. Thanks, because search was taking me higher than that.
I think it's 59. It's 50 something. I have 59 written down on my paper though. My cheat sheet, my handy cool character sheet.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. Scroll, computer, scroll. Oh, gunner, here we go. Machine gun specialist. Unleash 1d4 shots, but guns empty on a natural 5 or less.
Yep.
You know what? I like rolling dice, so let's roll for each shot.
Okay, I'm gonna roll the d4 to see how many it is first. That's a 2. All right, so it's gonna go off twice. So I'll roll 2 attacks. Now I don't add anything for my effort dice, correct? That's for the damages and stuff.
So yeah, when you make a hit, you roll that d20 and add whatever number you have there, and then when you do hit, you would roll the efforts for weapon effort, which is a d8, or is it a d8?
Well, for energy weapons, for
Oh
my
yeah, you would roll
it's gonna be
energy,
a
so
d10.
a
Yep.
d10. That's correct.
Okay, perfect. All right, so I'll roll a hit first. I'm gonna roll twice.
Okay.
One for each one. So the first one is going to be a 6 with my +2 dexterity, and the second attack is going to be a 21 with my +2 dexterity.
Yep, those hit.
Cool. All right, so then for my energy and magic die, it is the d10. I says I have 2, so do I roll 2? I roll 1. How does that work?
Say that again. Yeah, you broke
For
up.
my effort die, it's based on my d10. I have a 2 ranking in that. So do I
Okay,
roll
so
2?
no, that's what you add to the d10,
Okay, gotcha.
and then your machine gunner, they just added extra shots, right? So each shot would be a d10.
Oh yeah, you know what? Actually, let me take that back. The second one wasn't 21, however. For the first one though, when I rolled a 4,
Mhm.
that's gonna something's gonna happen with my gun. It's gonna empty basically.
Okay, yeah. So
Oh,
you
let
kind
me
of like
backtrack in a second. So
it went a
yes,
little wild, and
yeah,
your whole mag is now depleted. Um,
which is
so
interesting because my pulse rifle has unlimited ammunition, so I'm not sure how.
it's
say
it's
You
kind
gotta
of an
prime it.
overload, right? We'll say it's kind of
Priming it all morning.
overloaded, and it needs to cycle
Okay.
to get to get everything back into alignment.
Okay. So yeah, so I fire twice, and all that energy that was supposed to come out the front of it just kind of sizzles and I just get a real grim look on my face. Not again.
The shots still hit, so give me
Oh.
your roll, and you now have some. You'll have to. You know what? Let's see how long it'll take to come online. Four rounds for your weapon to recharge.
Oh, of course, that'll be a high roll. 4 rounds. Okay, my damage though was I rolled a 1 on the d10
Okay.
and the 2 for my ranking, so that's 3.
Yep. All right.
Evil Dexter disciple.
And did you are you good where you're at, or did you want to move?
Oh no, I'm fine right there.
Okay.
I never back
Alright.
away from fights.
Grinks, it's your go.
Muted. All right. So how far am I? Yeah, let's just get up.
You're like far and a half from them, so you could probably, if your ability is far,
If
literally you could just like move up a little bit by Bowie and do your thing. You'd be able to affect them.
So one move would get me in the room.
One move, if you want to be physically in the room, it would be it would be a dash to get you into like melee kind of range.
Yeah. All right. So
Or if you have anything that will shoot far,
Jump pack.
you could stand where you're at.
I have a jump pack which allows me to move twice on my
nice.
turn,
Nice.
even when taking an action or making an attack. So I want to get like in that room, kind of push past behind them.
Okay, yeah, you
Possible.
can definitely do that with the jump pack.
Yeah, just
Yeah, so place
start
your
running.
just place your thing where you want it, and
trying to just get in there.
Dope.
Start running, and the pack just two Buzz Lightyear wings just flip out the side of my armor,
Nice. Right.
and it fires up and sends me into the room. All right, let's break it up, and then I'm gonna use my visions ability. So all living creatures within far has to roll intelligence or lose their next turn completely, lost in despair and grief.
Oh damn.
Is there friendly
Holy
fire for
crap.
It says all
Oh.
creatures.
All creatures. Oh no.
What are we rolling?
Intelligence. Against
Oh, I'm great on that.
against
Yeah, thanks.
against what? How? What's the
I rolled an 18. I
I
finally
guess the
rolled high.
DC.
And so unless your ability modifies it, the scene target is 12. Right now.
Oh no.
I got an 18, so I'm okay, thankfully.
That's
I
everyone within far. So well, no, actually, Bowie is within far, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Yes.
see that's far and closer. is how I-
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's definitely everybody.
All right. So you see not only the 3 creatures that are actively fighting, but there's 3 more kind of cowering that have already been wounded. But they look like they have limbs that are broken, and they're kind of like trying to pull blasters out on you as you kind of like hit them with this ability. The 2 that attacked Razik beat your ability, but the other 4 in the room do not. So they lose their turn. Is that the effect?
Yeah, they lose their turn completely.
Perfect.
Lost in despair and grief. So
Well
I fly
played.
in the room. Helmet. Grinks looks like a mix between Ghost Rider and Buzz Lightyear. So he's
Nice.
a big, tall,
Yes.
individual with armor,
Like it.
with armor, and basically like a bowl
Mhm.
overhead with a floating skull.
Right.
That's it's not quite on fire, but it's like ectoplasm floating, and it's like a lava lamp,
Totally.
basically.
Okay. Cool.
You know
So,
what,
yeah.
chat? We will expect a fan art of that by the end of the week,
Yes.
please.
Right.
So,
We need a lava lamp, Ghost Rider, Buzz Lightyear.
Right.
Lightyear.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Sure.
so the-
Man, I
the
love
helmet-
everything about that, Sid. That's amazing.
The helmet opens up, and the floating skull just raises slightly and spins around, screaming.
Definitely.
There's
Hell
a
yeah.
roar.
All right. So, who lost their turn out of that?
That would be me.
Oh no! Oh no!
All right. Well, Bowie, it was going to be your turn. So
We're all
back-
gonna die.
We're back to me now.
We're all gonna die.
Let's see. Wah ha 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 ha. Razik.
Yeah.
One's going to attack you,
Sure.
and the other one's going to attack Zix, which, since he's lost his turn and kind of like,
I'm so sad.
that's gonna be, he's gonna get a bonus.
Oh.
So let's do Razik's first. 15.
Oh yeah, that'll get me.
All right, and this is a energy weapon.
Cool. My energy shield says that all defense rolls against energy weapons are easy for me.
All defense rolls.
So I'm not sure if I make a defense roll or if that's for
That's
something
interesting.
else or
Hmm. What was that called?
energy shield. It's one of the loot for the warp shell, page like 63 or something. I don't know what page it is. I should get the book in front of me that I can tell you.
Okay, it
something.
gives you a +2 defense.
Yes.
Rolls against energy weapons are easy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? I bet that's so. This is like the 3rd edition, and in the 1st edition, you did defense rolls, like you did actually rolled them.
Hmm.
So I think that's just kind of left over.
Okay.
Because we don't roll. I roll against your defense, but you don't. There's not an active defense roll anymore.
Okay.
So, but it does give you a +2 to your defense.
Yeah, that I have factored in. Sure. Yeah, no problem.
But you know what? Let me think about that. So it does 9 damage.
Ooh. Okay. So that makes one of my hearts be gone.
Nizix. Yeah, and it carries over too. So if let's say you had like, you have 20 hearts right now.
Yeah, that got me to exactly 10 right there. So.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, yep. And then I had rolled a 4 on Nizix. So I'm assuming a 7 does not hit you. All right.
It does not.
Those are the only ones that didn't get their turn. So and Nizix, you lost your turn, right? On that
Yeah, so my
thing.
pixels and bits just kind of like droop sadly.
So you're kind of de-resing.
Yeah.
Razrak.
All right, so because I know the pulse rifle's not working all that well, I'm just going to like let go of it and it swings because it's strapped to me. It swings and like lands on my back, and I'm gonna grab onto my waist. I'm gonna rip out my vibro blade.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna just say submit, and I'm gonna try to hit the guy in front of me with a vibro blade.
All right, go for it.
All right, so I'm assuming that's gonna be strength.
Yeah, you could go strength with that.
I got a +1, so that makes it a 19. And that is
Yeah, that hits for sure.
then a weapon, so it's a D6 for my effort die.
Nice, you got a crit. So roll a D12 as well, because when you get a crit, you get to roll ultimate damage.
Oh, cool! I have a +1 in ultimate, so it's a
And-
D12 +1.
Yeah, and I also have a house rule that on an ultimate, on a critical ultimate roll, you
Yeah.
can't roll below a 4.
Oh, sweet, cool. So it's at least a 4, but I'll roll see if I get higher. 10 plus 1 is
your
11.
Yep, and you basically vivisect him, and he's no longer living.
Yeah, I ram it all the way to
Oh.
the hilt in his chest.
Right.
Rip it back out.
Excellent. Who are we up to now? It will be Grinks.
All right. So we're killing them. No problem. And I pull out, and just from behind the armor, I pull out my ripsaw, giant chainsaw.
Oh,
fuck
God.
yeah, dude.
Right? I just, I prime it and rip the cord, and I just attack.
All right.
Come get some.
Roll a d20. Does the weapon safe its strength or dex? It's probably melee weapon, right? So it's probably
Yeah,
it says a carbon tooth chainsaw weapon designed to tear apart armor and equipment. For each 5 damage inflicted, remove 1 defense. It doesn't say specifically.
okay.
that's got to be melee.
Since it's not a thrown weapon, let's go with
Chainsaw's
strength.
Strength.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh wow, 1. I'm 6. Not 1. 6. I'm sorry.
Man. All right.
Brutal.
That is a miss. And you see them shake off their mind fog that you had given them, and they kind of all start looking at you.
Come on, let's see what you get.
Bowie, it's your turn.
Bowie snaps out of his
Grenade.
Yeah, grenade right in
I'll
the
just
middle
get
of
my hand. It's my safety rock. It's my safety stone. Now he's going to snap out of it, blip forward,
Okay.
to be behind the crew. How
Okay.
far behind am I? I'm not within touching distance of any of them, right?
No, but if you're blipping to be say right behind them here, they're all near to you. So anything in this corridor is near, but you're not necessarily right next to you. Does that make sense?
Yep. Radsk is fighting with a knife. That's not normally his style.
Yeah, you can see his pulse rifle. The lights are all going chink 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 chink.
I mean, I can fix that. No problem.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't think I can get to it this round. Correct? I have to.
Yeah, you would need to be close for that.
All right.
You've moved,
I'll do
so-
it was 1 movement per round, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Unless you
so I'll
dash,
blip.
you can forego your action to dash and go and move far. Unless
mean,
you have
I-
something like
I-
a jetpack or whatever.
No, I mean, he mostly throws grenades. So I don't think this is a grenade situation here. So he's going to dash. He'll blip. Right behind Rask.
Okay.
Rask.
Okay.
So many names.
So many consonants.
All right. Is that all? Is that everything?
Yep, that's a move and a dash.
All right. How many
that's
of
all I got.
those D8 you got saved up?
I mean, I don't ever walk. I blip everywhere, so
So okay.
I'm sure I'm using them on occasion for things, heating my tea.
So it's probably
or-
reasonable that you got like 3 or 4 saved up
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, cool.
I mean,
So,
if I save up too much, I vibrate. It's a whole thing. I
Right.
can't have any of that. Hair
chance
stands
of
on end.
explosion. Yeah.
Yeah, chest
They
explosion. Yeah,
vibrate
it's not good.
honors in space. It's a bad scene.
All
Bad
right.
scene, man.
So we are back to me, I guess. Looky here. This guy over here did not like you, Razorek, cutting his friend in half in front of him. And he's like, down with you, imperialists.
Boo on you.
And he got up to
Ooh,
20,
Words.
21.
Oh yeah, 21 to get me.
All right. And he's going to claw you.
Ooh.
10 points of damage.
Okay, so that puts me at 0. So what happens there?
So give me roll a d4.
Roll a d4. 1
You have 1 round.
before I die.
If you do not receive aid,
Cool.
you die.
Cool. Yeah, he stabs me right in the heart.
And he goes,
Heck yeah.
Zix.
Well, shit.
That got real fast.
right.
Just got real.
Yeah. I mean, I can't assimilate him if he's dead.
So that's true. And you can do kind of you could stabilize him, and then he could do a recovery roll on his next turn. Or if anybody has any like anything that would heal, you could I mean, that could also be an option.
So stabilizing is an action, and then I'd still have movement.
You can move, yeah.
Okay. I will attempt to stabilize.
Okay.
Is that do I need to roll for it, or?
Yeah, it's against the target.
Okay.
Let's see. I think it's an intelligence, but it might be wisdom. What would be better for you?
Intelligence.
Okay. Yeah, do a give me an intelligence roll.
That is a 20.
Very nice. All right. Let's see.
And then I have a question before I move.
Okay, your dying timer stops, Razorek, and you're stable but unconscious.
Okay.
And this is my fault. I should have told you guys this, but I've forgotten about it. So you can spend your action to do a recovery roll, but you are forfeiting your action, right? to do a d20 plus con. And if you beat the target, you recover your con plus 1 HP. So go ahead and you roll that, Razorek, now since your friend here stabilized you. And so, Jeremy, what was your question?
So I also have the phase movement augment, blipping.
Okay.
If you're carrying something or holding on to it, does it go with you?
I don't know. I'm gonna say yes.
Okay. Then I am going to.
Like a normal sized person, yeah, I'll let it take it. Maybe
Okay.
maybe you can't move far with it, but you can move like near dragging someone. If it was like really massive, I'd probably make you do some sort of roll.
Yeah. So I'll grab hold of Resk and start like pulling, and then just both of us fade out and reappear further down the hall.
Okay.
And that would be my action and my movement.
Sweet.
Excellent. All right, so Razorek, give me that.
recovery roll. It's a con check. You
Yeah,
said?
so yeah, roll a d20 plus con, beat a
Okay,
12.
so it's a 12.
Okay, perfect. And then you would roll. What'd I say?
You said it was con plus 1.
You get your con plus 1 HP back.
Okay, so that'd be 3 HP.
Yep.
Sweet.
And you can and anybody can forego your as a regular action, can do this recovery action, but you do give up your turn basically. So it is your turn, Razorek. You're kind of moved to the far end of the hall here with your friend pulling you out of the line of fire.
I'm going to sit there for one. Yeah, still doesn't feel quite right, does it? I'm gonna take a moment to recuperate, catch my breath for a second.
Okay.
Plus, I know my pulse rifle, it's got to power back up, so I'm gonna let it have that time it needs. So I'll do a recovery action again.
Yeah, and next round your rifle will be back online.
Excellent. So this is the same thing as before. D20 plus my con.
Yes, beat a 12.
It's just a 10, so it's not gonna do it. But I'm winded.
Excellent. Let's see. Grinks. You're muted, my man.
So I'm the only person in this room, right?
Yeah.
It'll be
yeah,
fine.
yeah. Well, no, not really. You have like
I mean, of
3 of them
our
left.
crew. Of our
yeah,
crew.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you can convert 'em, man.
Raptoids are people too.
No. So what I'm gonna do is okay. How many things? Let me do. Can I drop an ion grenade and use the visions, ghost power, ghost ability?
No, it would be one or the other. And
Yeah.
for your grenade, are you setting a timer or are you doing it on impact?
It'll be how what is the shortest amount of time?
Well, it would be a D4 timer. So
Okay. Nah, I'm not setting the timer. I'm gonna throw it in there and jetpack out.
Okay, so you're kind of like you're gonna fly out of there and kind of just toss that thing behind you, and
Everyone's out, so I'm gonna just fly backwards. I'm gonna fly backwards and just and throw it in.
nice.
To infinity and beyond.
But when I say a D4 timer, you get to set how many rounds. Like, it's not
okay.
random.
Yeah.
It's not random.
Nah, I
you
don't
could
want
set it for
rounds.
one turn, but
Yeah, I want that to blow up as I fly out.
that's a great visual.
Right,
He
Yeah.
flies out
more
in slow
drama.
motion and does not look back at all.
He's just like,
So yeah, everyone blips out. So I was like, all right, well, yeah, it's been fun. See ya.
all right.
I fly out, and when I fly out, they're like, what's going on? And the camera
So-
pans down. It's ting 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 ting.
Give me
As
a
a
throw roll. Give me a D20 plus your dex.
D20 plus
Let's
dex.
see where this thing is. It get in there optimally, or does it happen to maybe bounce back?
Let's see. That's a 4.
Nice.
I love it. All right. So as you throw that, it kind of hits the door frame, bounces between the other door frame. It doesn't go as far into the room as you wanted. So give me an ultimate roll because that's I think what your grenade does. Correct?
The ion grenades, they do. That's the wrong thing. Yeah, ultimate damage in
Yeah,
a near
that's-
radius.
Okay, yeah. So that's a
The
D12.
ultimate is a D12. 3.
This
Oh, man.
electronic die roller is brutal, y'all.
I know, dude.
It is. It
The,
is. My goodness.
So give me. Yeah, let's see how fast you flew out of there. Give me a Dex check.
All right. Let me open it back. I closed it so it can reset.
But the good news is,
I'm curious if that works. Let's see.
Yeah,
You
let's see. You said
build-
Dex, right?
You
Yeah.
think about what you've done. Click.
Ah, yeah, 17.
Much
Nice.
better.
His li-
so you didn't take any damage. However,
Throw it in. Oh shit! When I
You
see
know,
it, When I
you
see
seem
it
to
bounce
have
around.
to killed the injured ones, and then at this moment in time, you guys have this much more intense energy hit you from the outside, and you hear the sunshine saying, "Incoming wave," and it kind of rolls over you all really hard, and it actually melts a hole in the hull. And the vacuum of space starts to suck your air out.
Hmm.
And at that moment in
Do I
time,
need air?
Right?
I don't know. I don't
Do
know.
ghosts
do
need
you?
to breathe? Does silicon need to breathe?
Maybe.
Do
Um,
reptoids need to breathe? Oh wait, yeah, probably.
So I think this is a good spot to take a quick break.
Oh, nice.
And next round, we'll see what you guys can do with losing all your oxygen.
Oh man,
Awesome.
Great.
We will be
Love that.
back shortly.
All right, so everybody, welcome back. Our
Arr.
crew here
Oh,
is facing a hull breach. What would you like to do?
Oh boy.
And
Duct
let's
tape?
start with Bowie.
My vac suit automatically activate? Or do I have
You're
to
like,
hit no
got
shit button?
mine. I'm out.
I mean, this is pretty par for the course. This happens a lot. He's not used. It's not unused to being jettisoned into the vacuum of space.
it's how you've made it
you
this
know,
far.
It happens.
Right.
That's true.
Cool.
I
Okay.
mean, it happens. So I have a vac suit. So if that automatically discharges or whatever it does, forms or activates, upon loss of pressure. And these two are behind me, correct?
It looks
The-
like it. Yeah, it looks like they kind of retreated tactically behind your small frame for cover.
Well, it is a good place to hide. I mean, I am a ferocious kit. And up ahead, we've got the ghost armor flying Michael Bay style with explosions behind it.
Yeah, and you hear this
Um,
ball. I can, it's Michael Bay.
It's got to be Michael Bay. Bay explosion, yeah. Where is the hull breach?
Just to the immediate left, kind of next to the hull breach that you guys saw repaired on the way in. There's a new one right next to it.
Can I?
I mean, I have. Oh, go on.
Oh no, sorry. I'm sorry. You go ahead. I forgot what you're doing.
I'm trying to think. I don't have any way to propel myself. I think since this happens so often, I think I'm just going to let it take me. Just get sucked out to space. I can figure out what to do while I'm out there.
Right. Well, the suction's not strong enough to pull you out yet. It's but it is sucking the air out of the corridor.
Oh, well then in that case, I'll blip further down. That's easier.
The door to the bridge is open. The door behind you is open. Did it go?
Yeah, but there are all the raptoids still standing in that chamber up north.
No, they're all dead.
Oh.
They Grinks did just enough damage
Well,
to take
then
them
I'll
out.
blip this way before this door seals itself off.
Okay.
I'll blip in there.
And as you blip through there, you see the panel flashing, and you can't read what's on it since it's in Reptoid, unless I guess you speak Reptoid.
I don't know.
But it's flashing in a way that you've seen on similar ships, and you think the door has some sort of error.
Like a button.
Like maybe the door is trying to automatically shut, but like there's some error keeping it from shutting. But you're able to get through. Just one of the little oddities you've noticed as you floated by or blipped by.
Yeah, I'll double blip into the chamber.
Okay.
And I'll do something in here.
Like, I shut the door. I shut the door on my people.
Yep.
They can handle
All right. All right, Grinks.
It's probably fine.
What do you do, Grinks? You're practically standing right next to the hull breach, so.
What do I see? Razik and Naz. What do I see? The do.
Razik's still laying on his side, looking like he's trying to catch his breath. He's slowly rolling over and starting to try to get to his feet, but he looks like he's wounded.
And then
and Nick is just like just phased in from dragging his comrade or its comrade to safety.
Still not quite there. We'll workshop it.
But it's a translation issue,
right?
You know,
right.
But they're safe, right?
Well, I mean, nobody's
now.
attacking them, and they're in the next. They're kind of in the hallway between corridors, so they could seal it off from their side, like the hallway, but that would cut you guys off. But there's nothing like pending. They're not in pending danger other than this hull breach.
All right, so this is what happened. So I was already flying away from where Bowie is. So I hop out of my suit. So the suit continues flying towards Razik and Nez.
Okay.
And I use my machine jumper abilities to jump into the door mainframe where Bowie is.
Okay.
And I shut that door, and my suit keeps flying towards the other two.
Okay.
Legit.
So you two are out there in the corridor. You see the door slam shut to the bridge.
What
and
the?
And this. So
shut the front
where's
door.
your suit going to land?
It's gonna just right into him because I was
like you barrel them over kind of thing.
The momentum was already going this way.
Okay.
So what I do is I cut the jump pack so it flies into him.
Okay.
But it doesn't keep going.
Okay, gotcha.
So it flies into him. The momentum carries it, and I just float the other way, ghostly.
Okay. So, Zix, what do you do?
Well, so here's a great question. Because my form is kind of this weird gaseous liquid solid, can I just flow into the armor?
I mean, I don't see why not, unless Grinks has some sort of like booby trap on it.
I'm gonna flow into.
usually, but not right now. I disabled them so because I know the armor was going into them, so I disabled the booby traps and explosives.
So the Omega Protocol has been turned
Right.
off.
Yeah, so they don't be carrying it and then touch a button by accident and blow up. So yeah.
That would have ruined their day.
Right.
Yeah,
It really would have.
Then I will flow into it so that I can bring it with me and not leave it behind. And then I'm gonna push the button to close the door.
Okay. So you seal off. You're standing in the corridor. So when you hit that button, the door shuts,
Yeah.
and then Razix, what are you doing?
So I stand the rest of the way up and I look and I just take a deep breath. Well, that was less than fun. What now?
Did you want to do another recovery roll?
Yeah, I will while I'm standing there. For sure.
Okay. Cool.
They're obviously a loss. We should return to our ship and destroy this one.
Now that I have the group separated.
Yeah, I've worked with the last two. No. So my recovery roll is a 19. So I'm
Cool.
gonna get another 3 back.
Nice.
I have no way to seal that breach. Do you?
No, not at all, to be honest.
How do your inferior ships fix themselves?
There are ways to repair them, as you saw with the previous hull breach that was above. There are kits that we have that can do things to expandable foams and different types of. It's too much to explain, I'm sure, but there are ways to fix it.
Where would we find one of these expandable foam kits?
Well, they'd be probably in the bay. If there's one already deployed in the front, they'd be in the bay where they restore the rest of the surplus goods. So
We should
I
go
motion
that
behind
way.
us back towards where the other blips were on our immediate scans.
We should go that way and hope that the other flesh units do not expire. Although one is not really a flesh unit, I'm still confused as to what it is.
Hey, Bowie, you were right there in the cockpit.
Yeah. I'm just doing science. You remember that time where like there was an explosion and then I was like, if you were to attach the leg to like a stump, would it like regrow? Yeah, it's not working.
Griggs, please tell me you're in there with him.
So I'm assuming my communication devices.
Yeah. So Zix is actually hearing that over your comms unit.
Right. You just hear it come out of
I
the
can-
armor that I'm wearing around.
So I come out of the door, and I just say to Bowie, I come out of the door and say, yeah, I'm in here. Bowie, could you stop messing with the whatever? And I try to
How often do you get a chance?
I try to jump into the jump into the console. Try to jump into the console to try and close that breach.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yeah. So you're able to quickly find the area of the computer that would automatically close that. So hole it around, and you're able to kick it off early. And so the expando foam, there's some automated units built into the walls that expand that foam, and they usually kick in about a round after a breach. So you're able to kick that off early manually, and since you've sealed the doors and everything, there's less oxygen in that corridor. But you think from the readouts that you're seeing, or I guess interpreting through your digital conscious now, that if the doors were to reopen, you would be fine.
Yeah. Bowie, leave them alone. Actually, no. What did they have in their pockets?
They have anything on them?
Self-destruct in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Right.
That doesn't sound good.
Do you need us
So-
to bring your armor back?
Yeah, that would be really appreciated. I kind of need that.
I'll walk it that way. Reopen the door.
Okay. As
As
you
we
guys
pass by where it's fixed, I'm like, oh, that's a new, nice upgrade. I've never seen one automated like that before.
comes in handy. So as you guys make your way into the bridge, you're finally able to kind of come down off that adrenaline rush of this sudden attack, and the front view screen area is actually like some sort of duronium glass alloy, so you can see through it, but it's cracked, and you see the Dark Star here like almost perfectly. Like the ship is lined up with the like pointing to the heart of this Dark Star, and you see the energy waves coming off of it, these purple and white particles just kind of pulsing out on intervals. And there's a lot of readouts in this room. Some of them look like engineering readouts, some of them look like hull damage readouts, and just general operational kind of things. And there is on the captain's chair like a hologram that's like kind of playing on this loop, but it's kind of crackly and like popping in and out. What would y'all like to do in the bridge of this ship?
Is the hologram? It's not making any noise.
No, it's like yeah, it's like the unit's not getting enough power to really kind of.
Well, I'm gonna look around. Razik's gonna look around to see if there's any sort of readouts where there's the actual like language is written out, because I can, of course, read my native tongue. So I'm gonna look to see if there's anything that is saying something that I could perhaps relate to the others, who are much more technologically inclined than me.
Yeah, so the one readout that really grabs your eye there is it's an indicator that kind of shows that it's at the navigation helm console, and it seems like they had before whatever happened on this ship, they were trying to create a trajectory into the heart of this Dark Star. And you can also see that the navigation program that's been inputted to execute on this course is also supposed to like overload the engines to a percentage that you've never seen them like pushed to in your time in space and in the military.
Why were they trying to enter into the Dark Star? Why would anyone want to welcome that evil into our universe? This is exactly why I left the Raptoid army behind. This is too much. This is not right.
Perhaps they found a way to control it, to assimilate it.
We could blow it up.
Why is that always your first
I love it.
suggestion? I mean, yeah, we can just blow it up, but like, that's always the first thing. You know what? Yeah, just let's blow it up.
Wait now.
I mean,
Sunshine, what might happen if we try to blow up this Dark Star?
Blow it up, you say?
Well, I don't want to blow it up.
Well,
I just
since
want to
since
show
this-
them how bad of an idea that is.
Well, since the Dark Star is kind of an other dimensional kind of portal being, that usually the energy that's coming out of it is they're devouring a star and destroying that portal to disallow the dark ones to come through, would likely end up in a supernova.
We don't want a supernova.
That's why we're not blowing it up, Bowie.
I mean, you can just like put the things in place and then you go away and then you watch from a safe distance. I mean, it's like, you know, how things were done back in the day when primitive explosions were done that, you know, wiped out cities. You know, the really small ones, they would just kind of watch with those binoculars from across the way, just to, you know, watch the thing. No one?
Under a
I
blanket.
mean, I think it's pretty
Yes, I
cool.
remember.
Yeah.
I've heard tales of this. Studying the other war cycles of other cultures, yes. The Genos have a similar method, from what I understand, but what I'm more interested in is what caused those claw marks out in the corridor. Maybe they brought something out of the Dark Star, something they were not ready to deal with.
It does seem as though your people have been affected by something and mutated due to the effect.
Yes.
Perhaps it is just that they were fighting amongst themselves.
Well, then we haven't dealt with the biggest threat yet, and we
Pulse
should probably
incoming. Brace yourself. Magnitude.
Damn it.
Magnitude larger. Okay, everyone.
Larger. Oh.
Yeah, so this thing rips through the bridge, and you all are feeling like you're on fire. So this one is going to be a little bit tougher to resist. Timer's going to be, or the difficulty is a 13.
Ooh.
And you have to give me a hard con check on this one, which means the difficulty is 3 more. So it's a 16 total you have to
Oh
get.
boy. Okay. Can we do anything with our hero coin? Does that let us push anything harder or roll something more? Or
Yeah. So your hero coin allow you to basically re-roll something. I believe you can spend it to spend ultimate effort as well.
Okay. And we can determine that before we know the roll, like, or after we roll. So like if I roll and I know it's not a 16, I could use it to try.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't.
Let's see first.
This is like one of those things. Like I just want you to use it if you want to use it. So.
Well, my con is a 5, so I'm going to use my hero coin to re-roll it.
Okay.
Probably still not going to be high enough. 9 plus 2, 11. Still not high enough. But hey, for the shot.
I got an 18.
Okay.
13. Is this something that I could use the stored up power for?
Yep. And you
Right,
could also
okay.
use it to soak damage.
Soak damage. All right.
Yeah.
Well, haven't dealt with any of that. Is it? What is it? Is it D8? Right?
Yeah. So you would roll a d8 and just add it to your roll, essentially.
All right. So I'm going to.
Nice.
Oh yeah. I've been vibrating for a bit, so I let out a little pulse of echo energy.
Yeah. 16's your target number. So, did you say you rolled a 13 before?
13 to 21.
Yeah. So yeah, you nailed it. All right. Who did not beat the roll of 16?
Yeah, and then so I'm still in the suit, and as it hits, my fragments just kind of disperse and phase through the suit and kind of float around for a moment. What else happens to me?
Everybody that failed takes 2 points
Okay.
of electrical damage, essentially radiation damage. And you feel this dark presence kind of like grab your lizard brain, and or
I don't
whatever
have
is
a lizard
equivalent, your digital compensation unit,
Right.
and kind of feel like someone's shaking your brainstem a little bit, like almost physically, but it's definitely a psychic kind of attack.
Oh, we either got to get the hell out of here, or we got to close this thing, or something.
So
Why did your stupid ship bring us here?
Hey.
Not my stupid ship.
Hey. First of all right. None of you is gonna disrespect Sunshine. She's been fair for us. It's not her fault that you can't handle deep space. All right. So have some
We're only
respect.
mad at the Red Sword. Sunshine does a great job.
Yeah. All right. Hey, I'm just saying.
thank you, Grinks. You're my hero.
Yeah. No worry about it, Sunshine.
And this is why I haven't driven you off like I did all those substandard people.
See? Simple. This
Is there a
guy-
way we can get the engines online?
Yes, but from the readouts you're seeing in here, you're going to have to do that from the engine room. And as you guys are kind of like picking through the systems and looking at the readouts, You do see that there is a, what's it called? BAM. Astro chip. And it looks like to be the new model that has a universal adapter. And this makes all piloting, starship navigation, and maneuver checks easy.
Oh, nice.
So it is
Beautiful.
a potential item that you could install into your own warp shell if you had the inclination.
Nice.
As I recoalesce into my typical form, how do I regain hit points again?
So to roll a d20
Recovery action.
plus your con,
Fuck.
and you need to beat a 12.
I got a 2.
Okay. Yeah, so you don't
Got it.
recover. So on the bridge, there's also the hologram, but other systems seem to be kind of dying.
What I think that we could do is we could take some time to have ourselves go to the medical bay on the ship here. I'm compromised. And it looks like you are too, Niz.
Yeah, just like little bits of him or it are just like floating off, not quite
Okay.
connecting right.
So are you guys trying to do are you wanting to go to the med bay?
Sure.
Is what I'm hearing. What do the rest of you want to do?
Engine room.
Yeah.
Engine room. Oh.
Oh, yeah, let's get to the engine room.
Can we scan anything from here to see if there's anyone or anything in the med bay before we go there?
Can I use the Red Sword's mainframe to run a scan from here with that?
Yeah, let's do an intelligence check.
I'll do an intelligence check. That is 45 plus 27. 5. Back to rolling low. Yeah.
45,
Since
27. Are we playing?
Since this is
Call of
kind of
Duty?
an alien system to what you've been kind of used to, you've integrated pretty well with Sunshine, and maybe it's a little pang of guilt of entering another system that is making you kind of distracted. But there are other life forms on the ship, but with the interference and low power, the sensors aren't working optimally, so you can't really pinpoint their location.
Nah, Rezik. Can't find anything from here. We probably gonna have to get a little bit closer and run scans as we go along the ship. But yeah, I'm not getting anything from this piece of junk.
Well, it would seem I have ran far enough from the reach of the raptoid military and the raptoid life. If I am to die here, prime the gun. It is time for me to die in glorious battle. And I'm going to open the door and start going towards the sick
Okay.
bay, the med bay.
As you walk off the bridge, you notice there's a kind of uniform closet ajar, and there's a uniform in here that catches your eye because it's an Imperium uniform. It has a captain's rank and it has a sidearm on it, and that's really not it's not standard issue for any of the reptoid kind of uniforms. It's more of a human kind of thing.
The plot thickens. And I'll pull it out and show it to my companions,
And all of you know that the Imperium uniforms are a +1 to defense. They have some sort of nano weave into their dress uniform or their standard work uniforms for their high-ranking individuals.
Do humans tend to travel on raptoid vessels?
as prisoners, perhaps, of war, to be tortured for information.
Ah, maybe that's why they took their uniform.
I'm gonna eye that sidearm. Is it useful? Like, does it look like it's?
Yeah, it's a standard issue, like pistol style sidearm. It does weapon damage, so a D. What is that? A D8?
D8.
I'm gonna draw that out unless somebody stops me.
You're welcome to it.
And kind of look at it.
Yeah.
I'll disdainfully take the uniform of the Imperium officer and I'll just chuck it back in the closet. Wipe my hand off on my pants,
Excellent.
and then I'll continue back down the hall.
All right, so is everybody headed basically to the back end of the ship, regardless of where you're going to branch off?
Sure.
Let's
Okay.
do it.
All right, so as you're walking through the corridor, you get to the other half of the corridor that's below the where you have already traveled. So we'll call that south. So south of the docking bay. You find a lot of signs of fights here, a lot more scorch marks. You see another burned on shadow onto the wall of a reptoid. This one looks like he actually had like these twisty horns growing out of his head. And you also find the corridor that takes you. So if you see the corridor hallway that takes you deeper into the south end of the ship, you notice that it is lined with micro explosives. Yeah, right where Rezak is, kind of in the middle of that hallway, there's these micro explosives that are kind of rigged all around that corridor, the front and the back of it. And it seems to not be on a countdown, or the timer you see is more of a remote kind of detonated kind of thing.
Bowie, is it safe for us to go through here?
Is it ever really safe to go through? I mean,
Great point.
these are kind of existential questions. Probably. I mean, if you don't have a remote, then somebody else does. And if somebody else does, well, it's really up to them if it's safe to go through here. But I'm pretty sure that if you give me enough time, I could collect them.
Could we contact the back end of the ship with the communications within the ship and see if there's anyone back there?
I mean, yeah, you could try.
They might blow the whole thing.
How many are there?
It's like a string of them around the front of the corridor and the back side of the corridor. Kind of like you see in the movies where it's like det cord.
Mm-hmm.
These are like little ion explosives.
All right. So would I be able?
Anything's possible. It's all about the
here's to
dice.
see if we die or not. Would I be able to use the Omni tool? Yeah, would I be able to use the Omni tool, right?
To like, what do you want to do? Like probe these things or something, or like, what are you trying to do?
Trying to cut them, trying to change the frequency, basically. So if whoever has the remote presses the button, it's no longer on the same frequency, and we gain control of them instead.
Okay, yeah, you could do that. With the Omni tool, I'll say that's right now we're at a 15 target number, so that's going to be an easy roll with your Omni tool. So it'll be a difficulty of 12.
That's plus intelligence, right? Or is it weapons tool? Well, yeah.
No, it would be for roll it would be an intelligence roll to reprogram those.
There goes applesauce.
So what are the rest of you doing?
Yeah. So that's a 13.
Nice. Everybody's like, and so each one of them had a red light, and so they go to a spinning green light, and then your Omni tool turns blue, and they turn blue, so they seem to be paired.
Well, these are ours now. Come on.
Nice.
And then
they seem to be paired, and you die.
Connecting.
all right. So, what would you like to do now?
I'm going to continue on through the corridor then.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
safe now.
Blip, 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 blip.
So you guys
Blip,
get
blip, blip, blip.
down. You get down to like kind of like this empty area past all those bombs, right? And I'm just gonna take agency of Jeremy's character to show you as a marker. To your right is one of those modules that Sunshine couldn't quite ascertain what it was, and on the schematics that are in her data banks, this is kind of, it could be configured as a medical bay or a science bay or like a repair bay of sorts. And then through a bunch of other chambers and airlocks, there is that other bay that it could also be attached to the sciences or something. And then straight ahead in the south, if you keep moving south, there'll be a Y in the corridor, and that'll take you into each individual engineering room. Because 2 sets of engines, they're big enough that they require 2 engineering bays.
I am going to just walk into what looks like the medical bay.
Yep, I'm
Okay,
following
so
right behind him.
Yeah,
Following
so
forward.
whoever's going that direction, move your tokens there.
That's the one that is 6 on our map here.
Yeah, that's the one that you can walk immediately into. All right, you walk into this area.
This is just the 2 of us. We've split the party.
I'll blip in behind, so I'll be in this corridor. I'll be near, but I won't be going in. I'm going to keep eye on behind, and then just gonna keep an eye open for all the other corridors.
Okay. So this room is kind of a standard kind of medical office. And the one across the hall looks like an extension of the medical bay. It looks like it has a little bit more scientific equipment. And this is kind of like maybe a pre-screening room or lights. You don't need an operation. You just need to be seen for some smaller scale issues. But there is some research out. There is more dead raptoids in here. On the counter, there is looks like a entry key. Let's see, where did my thing go? You also, sitting next to that entry key, is a bottle that looks like a beer bottle almost, but it's a little bit bigger.
Ooh.
And it has some writing on it that's in raptoid.
Gotta take note of that bottle. What does it say?
It says hard gar cider. And
Better keep this away from Bowie the last time.
right.
Drank,
And
he
since
got
we're
a
essentially playing a one shot, I'm gonna give you guys instant knowledge of what stuff is. So this basically, if you drink it, it's been developed to give you immunity to the next 10 points of damage you receive.
Huh. I see that they've been self-medicating.
Yeah.
So,
I'll kick some of it back then. Just in case we get another
Right.
wave through here.
Ask what devices here would help knit me back together.
I'm not entirely sure.
and there's a lot of cabinets in here. All of them, none of them have glass in them, so you can see through. But some of them have markings of like what would be reptoid, like pharmaceuticals, and then like just general kind of like sutures and bandages and stuff like that.
Okay. I start digging through the stuff that I would immediately need. Is there anything that I could immediately use to try to get hit points back?
Yeah, so there is you find a bottle that has some pills in it, and it has 4 pills in it left.
Nice.
And you know that these are kind of like like they would give these to Marines to help them on the battlefield. It has some nanites in them that helps closure things. It also kind of gives them, it kind of just jazzes them up so they can ignore, they don't feel like they're damaged. They just keep going. So this would basically restore 1 full heart of damage.
Well, we do have these. Instant courage. It's a long, complicated word that I can't pronounce for the reptoid tongue for you to hear, but you understand. If you take one of these, it'll get us through whatever is going to ail us for the rest of this exploration, this sortie, as it were.
I see.
I'll take one and put it in, like, I'll store it and hang on to it.
I'll take one of them. So I've got 1 full heart plus what I have now, which means I'm at 14,
Nice.
and I'm immune to the next 10 because of that stuff I drank.
Okay. Did you take the pill, or are you just holding the pill, like for future use?
Razik?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'll take it.
Okay, cool. Okay.
I've taken it before in wartime, so I know what it is. I can handle it.
Did you tell him about the side effects?
Right.
I'll take the other 2 that are in that little bottle, though. I'll put them on my person. I mean, in case we need them for something.
Okay.
I think that's about all we're gonna find in here.
Bowie and Grinks, while they're in the med bay offices, you hear something coming out of the extension of the med bay there to on the other side of the hall, and it sounds like something big and heavy rustling around.
Mm-hmm.
Bowie, you wanna go check that out?
On it. Blip in there.
Okay, you blip in
Not
there.
what I meant. Not what I meant. And I just follow behind of them. I power up the chain, the ripsaw, and I just well, I don't power it up yet. I just
in
walk
case.
in there. Yeah,
Ready.
I just get it out.
Well, you see this
Oh.
guy in here.
Oh, hi there. Hello.
There's kind of a surgical bed a suite in the middle of this room, and I can't scale these down any lower. So like your tokens in the ship map is completely out of whack on scale. But this thing is like basically taking up that back 25% of the room, and these are 30 feet across, 60 feet up and down. So it's taking up a good chunk of this room, and it looks like a reptoid that has a maw and has these like flailing things, and it says, "Gargantua will eat you, you food to me."
I would not taste very good. I'm sorry. Like, we could probably find you something else if you want to give it maybe just like 5 minutes.
So did you want to engage your dash and blip back out?
I mean, does he look hostile?
Oh yeah, he looks hostile. So everybody give me a init roll. Initiative
Oh,
time.
here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. 4 plus 2, 6.
Mm-mm-mm.
Good grief.
Oh dear. If we add our dex to this, or
Nope.
this is just a straight roll?
Straight roll.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a 4 then. Sorry.
All right, I got a 15. Anybody beat a 15?
Got a 9.
Got a 2.
Nope.
I like this dice roller until I attack. Then it's like 3,
Dice
2,
roll killing
3,
me.
2, 1. Ah! It's like mic check, 3, 2, 1. All right.
Hang on, hello.
I'm Gargantua. I eat you. All right, so this thing. Oh yeah, this is good. Energy cannon. You hear a familiar whoosh, except it's not coming from your friends. It's coming from the monster. He shoots at Bowie and at Grinks. So this is like a line weapon. It's very massive. It basically hits anybody in a line. So he gets a 10 on that. How does that against your defenses, Bowie and Grinks?
No, 10 Lower, mine.
Out of 15.
Technology sucks. Okay, so this guy is going to gets 2 attacks, and he's going to lash a barbed tentacle at Bowie. If it hits, make a strength check or be grappled by the rubbery whip. Near reach.
Oh boy.
That's a 15, 18 on your defense.
Hits. I am grappled.
This rubbery thing wraps around you, and it's like. So you get a strength check to actually resist the grapple,
Okay. Oh.
and that's going to be at a 15 that you have to make that.
Rolls an 18.
Nice. So as this thing kind of like wraps around you, you kind of like blippy sidestep it, and it just grabs on the air.
We talk
And-
about this.
It is let's see, I started with me, so Zix Zins. It's probably more of a sound. It's probably Z. It's your turn. Zip. Zix. It's your turn. You hear a commotion, and I'm sure your compadres. I don't want to speak for them, but I doubt they're silent at this moment.
Well, I'm also sure that I hear that fellow talking about eating that furry thing that I hang out with. Still trying to understand the words that I need to use or that I want to use for these beings.
Hanger outer is about as close as you get to a friend.
Right. So this pistol looks pretty cool, and I'm gonna like just kind of head over to the doorway and look.
Yeah.
And I see this mutated raptoid.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna wait until it eats. No, wait. Don't wait until it eats the furry creature. I will just go ahead and try shooting it.
I mean, there's millions of creatures you can hang out with.
Right. I'm just this whole like disconnected from the hive mind friendship thing. Still working out the details on that, but I will go ahead and shoot the scaly thing that is not my crewmate.
And it's cool. What is your type? What, I guess, race, I guess, in this game? Are you a
Zill?
Zill?
Yeah.
A Zill. Okay.
So is that a
Four.
dex?
Yeah, the gun would be a dex for sure.
Okay. That's a 4.
You got to beat the 15 there. And there's also a help action in general that you can help each other make rolls easy.
Okay, cool. So
Can someone help me to figure out how to shoot this better next turn?
And what was your dagger power?
what do you mean?
You said you were like creating daggers earlier.
Psionic knives.
Was that like a starting equipment? Or what's your type? I guess should have been a better question.
Navigator.
What's your navigator? Is that from the navigator?
No, I'm pretty sure it's from the
That's from
Zill,
the Zill.
but I'm not using those.
Yeah, I meant to look that up on break. I just wanted to. They're called psionic what? Knives? Okay. Okay, cool. In case you used them, I wanted to make sure that there wasn't anything that allowed you to like attack twice with them or something.
Oh, gotcha.
So, all right. So
My
what was
pew-pew
your?
missed.
Did you missed, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Zarak, Razak.
Help shooting things, you say? And I step out right in front of him and I whip the huge pulse rifle up to aim at the big thing. Watch this. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna fire. Again, because I'm a machine gun specialist, attacks gonna do 1d4 shots. We roll a d4. 4, baby. Here we go. So,
Okay.
making 4 different rolls we had determined earlier. So these are all at a
Yep,
plus
yep.
2. My dex is plus 2.
That's awesome.
So 19,
Okay.
6,
Okay.
21, and that would be a. Oh no, it's not non-critical. Sorry, it's a vibroblade is a critical on 19. Sorry, and 16.
Okay. So 3 hits is what I counted.
Yep, beautiful.
I wish those dice would stay a little longer.
And none of those are nat 5 or less, so I don't run out of ammo this time. It doesn't overpower this time, which is nice. So the damage is going to be D10 plus 2 for those 3. So you want it all at one lump sum, or you want each individual?
You know, that's one lump sum. So.
Okay. Oh, hang on a second. It's got dice in the way of other dice, so it's oh, it's on the side here too. 7 plus 10 is 17. Plus 9, 17 plus 9 is going to be a 26.
Okay, and then you
Plus
have an
2.
ultimate. You got a crit in there.
Oh,
So,
okay. So 28 with my
um,
plus 2 for my
oh,
energy.
you know what?
weapon.
I'm thinking easy D6. Max damage explodes in easy D6. So, never mind. I'm confusing games. So, so yeah.
It's by the same company.
the so yeah. All right.
So I mean, just the 3 then is what. Am I
No,
rolling
you,
it?
you let's see. Yeah, you got 3 hit, right?
Yeah.
3 hit, and then a butt ton of damage.
So 26
Yeah, it was
plus
28 total.
28.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah. Right, I got you one, and I like.
As the 3
I
shots
see.
get done, over my shoulder, I say, "Aim there."
I see. Thank you.
And now we're at Grinks.
Yeah, it's my time to shine. So,
Yeah, baby.
no, I'm not gonna do it again. So I got that chainsaw out, fire it up,
Oh shit.
and I go straight at the guy.
So you're going hands on, basically.
Oh yeah, we getting physical. Let's go.
All right.
We're a mechanic. We get our hands dirty.
Roll a 20
see
or
what
better,
kind of
or a
oil.
15 or better.
Let's see what kind of oil is in here. Oh, we were using strength, right?
Yeah, since it's a melee weapon.
15 or better. Boom. It's a
There you go.
19.
There you go.
And
All
then
right.
A D6, right?
Yeah. No, it should be weapon damage, right? A D8.
Yeah,
weapons
weapons and tools are
damage.
D6.
Oh, a D6.
Yeah,
okay.
weapons and
Yeah.
tools.
Okay. Yeah. What's a D8?
Energy.
Guns.
Guns.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guns and energy is a D10.
Okay.
Energy and energy
D6.
weapons.
Give me something good.
Do you have any bonus effort on that?
2. So
Okay.
I only got 4, but I wanted it to get 5 or more so I could have taken something off.
Okay. Nice.
I wanted to get the 5 so I could just get that tail right off so he doesn't grapple anybody anymore.
So Bowie, Grinks kind of just like jumps over you.
Heads up!
Oh wow.
It's a scene out of Gears of War.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is this Reptoid
That was my favorite
wearing
thing to
anything?
do. Yeah. What?
Is he wearing anything? Like what's this thing wearing?
It's basically a blob of flesh that has these bony protrusions coming out, a long, like skeletal-like neck. It looks very massive. Like you wouldn't want to like stand in front of a wall while he's running down the hallway. And he's got multiple arms and this machete tentacle tail.
Well, I mean, I only know one thing, and that's explosives. So I'm gonna blip onto his shoulder.
Grinks is standing right next to him because he was chopping him up.
I'm not gonna blow up now. Blip onto its shoulder,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go for its eyes.
Okay.
My little sharp kit teeth and little Little pause.
You know,
Ah, oh. Okay. Does the kits have anything that increases
No,
the
no.
damage from basic? So it's gonna be basic damage, and you're just like you're kind of just freaking out on him.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Getting in his face like for reals.
Okay.
Into his
That's
face.
18 into his face. I have no strength bonus on that. So it's an 18.
So yeah, so roll a d4 for the damage.
To the mouth.
3. And can I discharge some energy into this?
Yeah.
See if I can't.
Roll a d8 for that. Yeah.
7.
All right.
10 points.
10 points is what you needed. Right on that button. This thing kind of collapses and nearly crushes you and Grinks as it tumbles over. You're able to dodge out of the way and jump off its head.
Nice.
Nicely done.
And it kind of twitches.
That won the war. The Sandwich Wars.
All right. What after that adrenaline rush, what are you all gonna do here in the med bay? And the
Razik's gonna
room
walk
next
over
to
to this thing twitching on the ground, and he's gonna just make sure he does the executioner move. He's just gonna plop plop plop. Just make sure it stops twitching.
Okay.
What's really great too, guys, is I completely forgot. I have a burst module on my pulse rifle that I forgot to use that entire time. Anytime I roll 15 or higher on my roll, I get another attack. So I
Oh, nice.
forgot
Oh,
about that all
shit,
this
dude.
time.
Good to know.
Just so you know, viewers at home, more fun stuff.
Does this thing appear to be as large as the claw marks that we saw
Yes.
earlier?
Yes. Maybe larger, but yes.
Do you guys want one of these? And I'm going to hand the bottle to Grinks. One of those are going to get you through the rest of this.
So in this area, there is in here there's you see there's a mag locked door, and there's also an audio like storage chip on one of the tables, and there is a turret that was set up in the corner, and this thing has been completely just sliced in half alongside the raptoid that got sliced in half with it.
Does the door have a window, or is it like a solid?
It's a solid door, and it actually has like a biohazard kind of symbol on it.
I'm going to go play the audio thing, see if there's any stored recordings or anything.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, so there's a series of recordings on it. Man, I'm gonna install voice mod for this next time.
Right?
There's a series of chips, and some of this has been badly corrupted from the what you presume is from the radiation that's been hitting the ship. And the first file is kind of like a lot of static, and then you hear, "Oh my God, they're changing. It's pure evil. Hell." And there's several files that you hear that kind of thing, and then there seems to be a little bit of a report from the captain of the ship that is basically, it's very broken up, but it's basically saying that they discovered this dark star and it damaged the ship. It was able to fight off some of the minions of the dark star, but the ship basically they had no other choice. They couldn't allow the dark star to be birthed, so they wanted to fly the ship and explode the engines at the heart of the dark star to seal the rift. So you have these pirates who have at least some level of righteousness in their soul, and that's all you get off of that.
This is in the Raptoid native tongue, I assume?
Yep.
So I'll tell everybody very brief version of it, not word for word translation, just enough that everybody understands the full extent of what happened.
Excellent.
So I guess they would have died heroes. I'm surprised, but what do you think? Do you think we should make do with their plan and end this thing?
It does appear as though it is attempting to assimilate creatures, much in the way that my people do. So yes, I think we should stop it so that when this will come through here, it is their rain that falls upon your people.
And the
I'm always for
assimilation
explosions.
wars have started.
I like the sound of that. What do you think, Grinks?
I think Griggs has floated off again. No,
Griggs
no,
is
never mind.
having
There he
A
is.
minor thought with Sunshine, I'm sure. What do you think, Grinks?
I'm
Should we
always-
send
I'm
their
always
ship
up.
through and blow this thing to hell?
I thought wasn't that the plan already, or did I just think it and never tell you guys? 'Cause that's what I was thinking about. Yeah.
Right then.
Very nice.
Can we manually rig that to happen, or does one of us have to pilot the ship themselves? And I'll look right at Bowie.
Like hopeful? Yes, it has to be manually piloted. No.
I mean, it's kind of like the last time I floated through a pulsing, dark hole of energy and all the waves. I mean, what could go wrong? It's probably like the next step of my evolution.
Because once you begin piloting that way, you can just blip out of the ship into space and we'll come get you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And
Sounds like fun.
and you recall that the bridge already had a trajectory like laid in, but something made them lose power before they could execute.
Yeah, the ships are, or the engines are off, right?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right,
yeah.
So, all right. So, we go. It's already on a trajectory. It's already ready to go. So let's hit the engines. It's right here, right? Let's hit the
Yeah.
engines, get those things started up, and then we'll do the thing and then get out of
Yeah.
here.
So you find a few items on this gargantuan too. There's a bottle of what's labeled whiskey gar.
Ooh.
Snatch. That's mine. Dibs.
I'll take it. I'll hand it to Grinks. I'll
It
tell him
heals.
what it does.
It heals a full heart,
Mhm.
and for 1d4 rounds makes you invulnerable.
What?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I've randomly rolled on this, so it was. I told you, man, it's pretty gonzo. It's pretty deadly, but there's a lot of ways to keep you alive in the game.
Yeah,
if
nice.
You can.
Nice.
Although my dice rolling hasn't really proven out the deadliness of the system.
Same.
That's right. Our dice rolls did, so it's okay.
Right.
So, and then there's an ion sword tucked up in the folds of this guy.
An ion sword.
Yeah, it's basically a lightsaber. I just demonetized Jeremy. So the ion sword, for the purposes of the universe, is a weapon, and it's magical. And it does. So basically, it would do a D10, but on an 18 plus, it does ultimate.
Nice.
Oh, snikes.
And though, yeah, I already read.
I'll just take this as the ship's armorer. I'll tuck
Right.
it into my belt.
I mean, I got this cool little thing that makes light come out of the end of it and doesn't really do anything so far. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're empty-handed, Bowie, but you get to blow the ship up, so that's something, I think.
And you also find a vial of hydrochloric acid.
Oh, you can have the acid. Here you go.
Uh,
Don't get it mixed up with your other shots and drink it, but here you go.
And as
Guess
you
we all-
rummage around the side bay, there was an experiment that was in progress, and it has that was the center of the experiment were these lasers going into this luminous gem. And you all have been, freelancing long enough. You know that this gem could probably be worth, a couple thousand credits.
Well, we need gas, so
Yeah. Is there any idea of what they were doing to the gem?
Give me an intelligence check.
Can I also give one?
Yeah.
17.
16.
Okay. It looks like they were trying to analyze the atomic structure of this to see why these gems have this natural luminosity that can't be like synthesized. So these gems are kind of like impossible to realistically counterfeit.
Gotcha.
weird, crazy experiments, gems that can't be copied, an Imperium presence here. There's definitely something more going on to this.
Yeah, probably, but let's not stick around to find out. Let's shoot this thing into the, put this sword in the stone and get out of here.
Yeah, all right. I'll see you guys back on Sunshine. I'll make my way back up towards where it's going to come back and connect for us.
Yeah. All right, Sunshine, can you come and connect back up for us? We're ready to get out of here.
Are you guys gonna fix the engines?
Oh yeah, I'm going to go
Yeah.
fix the engine. Yeah. I'm
Okay, so you're just
I
kind of
can move
prepping,
heavy stuff. That's
prepping
about
Sunshine for a quick getaway.
Yeah. So we
Okay.
can get out.
And then Sunshine says, "Wave
that
magnitude 17 incoming. Brace yourselves. 2 seconds." And
Give us more of a heads up next time.
Is my effects of that liquid I drank still going on?
yeah.
Or 10 points.
Yeah, we'll say it doesn't really say how long it lasts, so we'll just say it lasts until you like long rest essentially.
Okay. Just so I know. Another con check.
Okay, so you guys bring this. You get to the. Or what'd you say?
Oh, did we have to roll a con? I thought you were.
Yes.
saying
No. I'm like woo brain. Yeah. So roll a con check. Target number's 15.
I'm that kid. Hey, teacher, you forgot to assign us some homework. Sorry, guys.
Right.
GM, I'm pretty sure you were about to roll a critical against
Yeah.
us.
You're about to
Yeah.
shove that ion sword up our ass.
Right.
I got a dirty 20.
Okay. So yeah, 15 is what y'all need. If
Yeah, filthy 18.
everybody passed that, then
No.
no. All right.
You failed everyone, Jeremy.
Right.
Everyone but Jeremy's.
Boom. Those of you failed, take 8 points of damage as the
Holy
radiation sears through you.
Nikes. My bits just collapsed to the floor.
Oh no.
Oh, we lost one.
Oh man.
All right. Roll a d4.
Three.
All right. You have 3 rounds to live.
as they stand
Can I
around
see
and they're
that,
like,
can I see your freshly acquired alcohol stuff there?
Yeah, hey, here you go. And I just, toss it on over to Razik.
One for me. One for my homie. And I dump it on the ground.
And
All right.
Yeah, I just head to the engines and I just
Okay.
fix them.
He face palms on the way, I'm sure.
right.
Yeah, I'm like,
So,
on your way to the engines.
so real quick, so that replenishes the heart and gives me 10. No, I'm invulnerable for how long? 4 rounds?
1d4 rounds. Yeah,
All
roll
right,
another
I better
d4.
get up and run in there and just like start absorbing everything.
So as you guys enter the engine room with Grinks in the lead there, you see there has been some frantic activity here up until everyone died. There is a brick of ammunition sitting out. It's micro ammunition that will fit in any weapon. It's 50 rounds, and it's no slot to carry.
Wow.
Nice.
There is an ion grenade bandolier, basically, that has 6 ion grenades on it. And there's a
Oh, his
vac
eyes
suit.
lit up.
Yeah, a vac suit. And a Xeno response pack that's been kind of like spread out, but it's got like scientific equipment and stuff in it,
Grab
and to analyze, like aliens and stuff.
grab that. Yeah, let's analyze some stuff.
And the thing that probably draws the eye the most to the U engineering types and U exploder types is a schematic that was printed out and hastily kind of cobbled together, and overlaid on top of that is how they actually attached a warhead underneath the bridge of the ship.
The bridge that I threw a bomb in. Okay.
Yeah, and
Yep, very same one.
so you're kind of lucky that it bounced on the door a little bit because you didn't destroy the whole bridge.
Yeah. For sure.
But yeah, it's on the underside of the hull of the bridge, so that's why you guys didn't see it on your approach. What do you want to do?
So yeah, collect those things, and I wanna get the engines up and running.
Okay. As you investigate the engines, it seems that on both sides, the main power conduit, as well as some of the secondaries, have been crudely sliced. One of the cables looks like it was like similar to your Ripper, and you find a dead raptoid that's had its head severed, holding a Ripper as well.
Is it better than mine?
Looks like he was trying to do this, but he lost his head.
And it's the same. It's the same kind, different model, but essentially the same effect.
I take it anyway. I'm gonna make a bigger one.
And the main
Dude,
power
wield
line
that shit.
looks like it was like clawed, like some creature was trying to get to the energy that flowed through the lines there, and it's that's why the ship is powered down, because the engines aren't producing power, but there's no way to get the power to the rest of the ship.
All right. So I'll just take like scraps of like metal and parts of other machinery, and hey, Bowie, let me get one of those a few of those power packs. Let's see if we can try to get something up and running so we can get the ship in power.
Yeah, so place your markers where you guys are.
Guess if we can go inside,
Yeah. It's a huge bay that has like, nuclear generation, fusion power generators, stuff like that.
I guess I'll grab one end of the cable and get the other end of the cable, and I guess connect them to myself.
Hey, no, whoa, little, ho, wait a minute, Bowie. You stop right there. You hold up.
Oh, you need some power, right? I mean,
yeah, but
like a little jump start.
Yeah.
The whole ship just phases out.
Yeah,
Right.
Oh, wait a minute. Don't just start connecting things to things. That's how you end up in deep space.
Sunshine.
Oh, that's happened before.
Sunshine breaks in and says, "Umbilical has been attached. I am detecting a Megatronian large-scale pulse coming. If you're going to do it, turn it on now."
Oh, word.
Ready.
Sunshine is making up words to express how large this thing is.
Those words sound real to me. I'm not sure what you're talking about. And they're in a dictionary somewhere. And then I'll just go through a thing and try to use the jerry-rigger skill
Okay.
ability I have to try to get the engines back up running with a bit more power.
What's it say on how that works?
Jerry-rigger. Combine two machines to perform a hybrid function reliably. This action requires an intelligent roll, and the gadget functions for 1d6 rounds.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I'm gonna use some of Bowie's power packs
Okay.
for his his blip module and the
Right.
machinery just laying around to basically hobble together.
And Bowie could probably add some of his energy if he wanted
Yeah.
to really supercharge the engines as well.
Just supercharge it, because we only need it working for a little bit. And so just try to supercharge them as much as I can, so we turn on
Okay.
everything and press go and then do what we got to do.
All right. Well, since we are at the end of the game, we're gonna roll the end of session rounds. Since you guys have basically completed your objectives, now your objective is to get away, because as soon as you completed your repair, the engines come back to life, the ship comes back to life, and you hear dock shock, dock shock, and
It's yelling Klingon at us.
you translate that into course laid in, autopilot engage, and you hear boop.
Time to go.
So you basically have a countdown for 3 rounds
Oh shit.
to exit the ship before it flies at full overloaded engine speed into the heart of this dark star to create a supernova to push this dark star back into its own reality.
Great.
I'll gladly head towards the ship.
So
while I was making the repairs, I tell Razik and to just start heading towards Sunshine.
Yeah.
okay.
I will follow behind.
So
Because I can walk on any surface as a reptoid, I'm going to run up the wall and be running on the ceiling so that I don't
Right.
block the hallway for my companions.
right. All right.
Nice.
So everybody roll initiative, and we'll do an initiative order to egress out of this thing.
8.
Why? Oh, I was gonna say, why do my dice hate me so much? But yours hate you even more. 9.
Oh my God, 1. But
Drink's
that's
got a
fine.
Oh
one.
my
I
god.
wanted to last
Sunshine goes,
one.
no.
I wanted it to be the last one anyway. That's fine.
So, all right, who got the highest there?
Bowie, what did you get?
Was that Bowie?
I got a 5.
Oh, wow.
I
The
think-
Did I get the highest
9.
with an 8?
The 9 was the
nine was
high.
the leader.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll start with Jeremy and go around in order as you appear on my screen. So you are probably, let's see, that's near, that's far, that's near, that's far. You're about 3.5 dashes away from the docking bay where you can get to the tube to get back to your ship.
Are there any windows? Like, can we see the
No.
docking umbilical?
No, you can't, but Sunshine announced that it is attached.
Okay. I'll start dashing.
Okay. What would you like to do, Zarak?
Razik? I'm going to it's all good. I'm gonna run as well. Again, I'm on the ceiling. I'm doing like a loping, like a jumping,
Yep.
reaching with my fingers and
Okay.
my claws.
And
Yeah,
you're
I'm
about
gonna
2.5 dashes away
Okay.
from getting into the tube itself.
Sure. I'm dashing, and my intention is that when I get to where the tube entry is, I'm going to stand there and I'm going to wait for everyone else to get out, so that we're all together. That way, in case something happens last minute, I can go back to try to help. I don't want to leave anybody behind.
And so that makes Grinks and Bowie about 4 dashes away. So the timer's for 3.
Oh shit.
So y'all gonna have to get creative.
So the docking bay is 2, right? Or is it that corridor?
So from where you guys are at, you're 4 dashes to get into the umbilicable. So if you did nothing but dash, But if you have a way to like get outside the ship without
Oh
having
yeah,
to
yeah.
run back,
I just wanted to make
um,
sure. I just wanted to make sure. Sid knew where the umbilical was connected.
yeah, it's over here at 2. Yep, for
Okay,
sure.
so I'm gonna tell. Okay, Rezik Nids. Jeremy just had to pick the hardest name, huh?
Right.
When you guys get on Sunshine, just disconnect the umbilical cord and start on your way. And I'm gonna get to about probably 6. 6 would be what, 2 dashes, right? Or 1?
Yeah, that's the medical bay.
Yeah,
That would be. Let's see. That would be. It would be like a dash and then a move. So like 1.5 turns.
all right. So what I want to do is get to the medical bay or an outside wall.
Yeah.
Actually, no, we don't have to do that. But we can blip us outside, right?
Do I need echoes are a little weird. Let's see here. Blipping. When I move, I don't pass through the space between locations. So in theory,
Okay,
I
okay.
could.
Nice.
I don't think that there's any like line of sight rules. Is there?
No. So like, but have you ever blipped with someone?
I mean, if he blips
I could
outside,
try it.
yeah. If he blips outside, that's fine. I'm gonna cut a hole in the wall.
I mean, there is an
Okay.
echo power that allows me to create a gate, but I didn't take that one.
Bowie,
yeah.
all right, Bowie. This is what we're gonna do. We need to just get a hole in the wall. So we're just gonna get into the corridor. I don't want to mess up the engine. Get into the corridor and start with the 2 rip jaws. Just start cutting a hole in the wall.
Okay.
All right, Sunshine. When Zzz and Razik get on board, you shut that. You disconnect. All right.
I don't like that.
That's
I don't like
fine.
that at all.
Hey, it's all right. Everything's gonna be okay. We got it.
No, it won't.
Yeah, everything's gonna be fine. Trust me.
Who will fix my sciatica?
I'll
do it.
fix it. Have I ever led you astray?
I
we've
mean-
been together for a long
I mean,
time.
there was that race at Juno 5. But
That wasn't my fault. Right?
Yeah.
That was Johnny. You know, Johnny doesn't listen to what I tell him.
that's
So,
true. Johnny did not.
Yeah, so don't worry about it. We're good to go. And I'll just start cutting through
Okay.
that panel. I just need a little egress to just get outside.
So Bowie, what are you doing?
Well, I mean, cutting's one way. We just blow a hole.
I was wondering if somebody was gonna bring that
Time
up.
to finally blow it up, man.
Oh no, we're gonna blow a hole in, of course, but we just need it because we don't want to blow. We don't want it to not blow enough of a hole. So we're gonna open it up a little bit, open up the panels, get some. We got ample iron grenades.
Okay. So basically, you're trying to drill a hole basically in the wall to shove the grenades into there.
Yeah. So I'm just
Okay.
I'm
Just
with
blow
the-
up that one corridor that's
dropping the
lined with
box.
grenades, and the ship will just burst in half almost.
Yeah, I don't want it to burst in half. This is gonna kill. It's gonna burst in half, and the back half is gonna kill the engines. And the
All right.
engines.
So
On the whole ship going.
let's go ahead and roll some effort with your ripper saw.
It's weapons and tools, right?
Yeah. Let's say you need to do a heart's worth of effort to get a hole big enough to start doing this.
All right. let's
Now,
see what we
Bowie, do you have any? Can you amp his chainsaw up? Do you have any energy left?
Yeah, I mean, I've been blipping. Every time I blip, I gain a die.
Okay. Okay. So go ahead and
walk-in
roll.
battery.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say that we're at a target of 12. In case we
Got
have
a
to
7.
do any rolls. So you got a 7, and so you got so
3
you got
plus
10
2.
points. You got the hole.
Plus 2.
All right.
It's weapons and tools.
Next round, you're gonna be able to like shove your grenades.
That's a 12.
And you got it.
Yeah.
All right. So Zit and I forget your name already. Razik. What are you doing?
Just keep moving.
Don't
Okay.
want to leave them behind, but
You get on that ship.
I'm
You
gonna.
get on that ship.
Razor's
Sunshine's
gonna,
like,
he's gonna
get
trust
on
them.
here. I am disengaging umbilical in 5.
Yeah, he's gonna surge through the door, and as he gets through the door onto the umbilical, he's gonna turn, and then he's going to shoot that lock thing that opens that door to the other ship,
Yeah.
so it's not gonna open again.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna just ride the umbilical back and
Okay.
get back in there with.
As you guys are in here, another wave of energy hits you and sets you on fire and starts to try to really you feel like someone is trying to take your mind over. Give me a charisma check this time.
Oh, great!
Was that for everybody?
Yeah.
Everybody? Oh
Yep.
no. Oh no.
22. Is there such thing as a critical save?
That might have been it.
Oh, no.
What did you get,
21.
Raz?
Ah, 15.
All right. Well, you what'd you get, Razik?
Oh, 10.
10.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're like, and you collapse and you lose a turn.
Great.
Um,
Right on the umbilical cord still?
say what?
Am I on the umbilical still, or did I get onto our ship?
Yeah, you're on the umbilical.
Okay.
But now the ship kind of has to it can't continue retracting it because you'll
Right.
basically slide out. And so you're still really near the ship. And what are you doing? There's it.
I'll grab. Yeah, I'll grab him and blip and take him into the ship.
Okay. All right. Bowie and Grink, what are you doing?
We layer those grenades in there.
Okay. How many rounds you setting those for?
I'm the ones I got on for the Omni tool that were in the hallway.
Oh no.
Remote.
Or what are you lining the walls with? Like your ion grenades you guys had on your bandoliers, or did you collect the?
I collected the one
Okay, I gotcha.
the ones that were remote
Okay.
detonated.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we don't have any time to wait for 1d4. So yeah, just put him in there. Say all right, but we take cover, and then we just hug a wall, and I press the button.
All right.
Try
You
to
blow a
blow.
hole in the wall. The whole back end kind of rattles. You're a bit concerned that you might have overdone it and separated the engine compartments, but it seems to have taken out just the amount of wall needed for you to jump. And now
All right,
we're
let's
at the last moments.
Let's get out of here. Let's go. Go.
All right.
Through the hole.
Do you make it? It's the question.
Do we make it?
That's the question. So as you see, Sunshine has moved to the other side. And as you jump out, let's see, she still has her umbilical extended. Go ahead and roll a dex check. And let's see if you can push yourself towards her while you're frantically fleeing. If not, you might be lost in space.
So with the jump pack, and I also have a salvage kit, which includes a backpack for deep space retrieval, a heavy winch grappler.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I want to fire that winch grappler, with the jump pack. Try to turn my trajectory with
Pretty much you were able to
in hand,
yeah,
turn it and fire that winch grappler. And then also I realized I had a heavy cutting torch, so I didn't need to blow the wall up, but that was fun. That was more fun. And so
probably less time too.
Yeah, pull towards that, and we have 2 magnetic anchors, so we just latch on
Okay.
to Sunshine, and we just walk in there.
Nice. Yeah, with all that equipment, you were able to just grab it. As you clear the hull, the ship just powers up and instantly lurches forward. And within a matter of seconds, it hits it's going to hit that Dark Star heart. And Sunshine goes, I hope you have your breather on because we don't have time. I'm going to subspace now.
Yeah. Let's get out
And
of here.
you two give me a strength check. Let's see if you're able to frantically crawl up into her before you go into subspace. Nice.
13.
All right. What'd you get, Bowie?
Oh, sorry. You need me to roll a strength?
Yeah. Since you kind of are you? Well, I guess are you trailing on? Are you latching onto his grapple, or are you like getting your own like?
I had Bowie in my hands, like in under the arm, carrying.
Is that how you wanted your escape to go down, like with his grapple wrench attached to him, or did you have something else in mind?
I'm just here for the explosions. And if need be, I'll just blip.
Okay. So even if you fail this grapple thing, you do have other recourse to get onto the ship. So, cool. All right. So, what did you get, Grinks?
13.
On that roll. All right.
It's a 13.
So, yep, you were able to like kind of like get that wrench extra hard and get up into the ship. She doesn't quite have the calculations done yet. When the Dark Star hits this thing and the resulting supernova rips a hole in space-time. The ship falls into it. You're now free floating in subspace without any sort of like navigation. And you hear Sunshine go,
Sunshine, what did you do?
and that's where we'll leave it.
Wow. Sunshine, are you all right? Sunshine. As it goes to
Lost in subspace.
It could be a series on Netflix.
So, all right. Well, thanks for playing, guys. That was
Wow.
Well,
thank
thanks
you.
for running.
Juicy stuff.
Why don't we do some outros? Brian, tell us who you are and where to find you on the internet.
No, just kidding. I am.
Who am I?
Ryan. I'm on Twitter at Gilwin Live. I'm also on DriveThru RPG and DM's Guild under Brian Gillespie. I have a few products, and I'll be putting out some products in the next 3 weeks for Index Card RPG.
Nice. Who's going next? Okay, I'll pick someone. Kevin.
Hey, yeah, I'm Kevin. Found online with the socials at Kevran Games, and today I got to play Razik, the raptoid gunner, who had some terrible dice rolls. So thank you,
Right?
Runehammer's VTT. No, it was a lot of fun. Really cool interlay. I liked it a lot, but this was a great group to play with. Awesome fun time playing Index RPG for the first time. You can find me here on Wanderer's Haven, one of the co-producers here. I also am found on La Nata Turner channel over on Twitch, where every Friday I run a D&D 5th edition game that is the official channel of the game that's coming over from Italy. It's a grimdark, cool fantasy world where the sun no longer rises. So come check us out over there, as well as here on Wanderer's Haven. So thanks, everybody.
Sweet. And, I was rolling real dice, and I didn't do any better than you. In fact, I think I did worse than you. So it wasn't
is true.
just the VTT's dice.
That is
John, tell us about yourself.
Oh, I'm John, and you can find me here, or you can mostly find pictures of my dog on @Distillosaurus Rex on Instagram, and my magical adventures in distilling, but mostly the dog and his magical adventures in eating sticks on the beach.
And it's totally worth watching his magical adventure. Trust me.
It's a magical adventure, and he has himself a good time. Italy. That sounds good. That's right, like not too far away from here. So check that out.
Nice. All right. Last but not least, Sid.
I am Sid of the Sundance Variety. You can find me on socials at _Sundance Sid. Also here sometimes. I'm just about everywhere. Anywhere I'm called, I show up and show out.
Right. Yeah, both you and Kevin are on Star Trek Adventures, which is next Saturday at
That's true.
9 p.m.
Yay.
Eastern, I believe. So come back and check it out then. I'm Jeremy Hochhalter. Thanks for watching today. You can find me on Twitter at WHPubs, here on Twitch at Wanderers Haven. And I hope you all had fun going on the last flight of the Red Sword with us today. We will see you later. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye, everybody.